What's up, everybody? How are you all doing? I am here. I am somewhat awake. I attempted to kind of doze a little bit because I got in late last night. If you remember, we were not here on Friday because Friday I was traveling at minimum 5.5 hours out to upstate New York. The weather was unbelievable. We had zero visibility on the highway at most points, and the lightning burned its image into our retinas more than several occasions. It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. The weather was nuts. But we made it, and I made it back, and I'm alive. And I think over the course of the weekend, I may have had a handful of hours worth of sleep. Friday into Saturday, I was operating on something to the effect of like 3.5 hours of sleep, but I was just cranking along, right, all good and stuff. And Saturday into Sunday, I did sleep a little bit better until I woke up at 5:30 in the morning when I was really, really cold. Nika Fernandez, thank you so much, my friend. How are you today? I didn't get done any of the things that I wanted to get done today. I had some stuff I needed to take care of, and I got none of it done. I went out and I got some Wendy's, and I watched some TV and maybe fell asleep, and hence the name of the stream. If my life were SnowRunner DLC, it would be relax and recover, is what that is. Jer Strang, what's up, dude? How are you this afternoon? I think it's this afternoon, this evening. Fine today. I was diagnosed with wow. So how did that Mad Max? Hello. 4 months, dude. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you quite a bit there. I'm doing okay. I'm a little bit tired. Little sleepy. Hence the name of the stream title, Relax and Recover. Which, I mean, if that was a DLC for SnowRunner, we would be hauling truck containers full of pillows. So there is that. I mean, that's entirely a thing. But I almost forgot where I left off because I just couldn't remember what on earth we were doing. So unfortunately, I have to go all the way across here, over to here, to the lumber mill. I could cross this. I don't know if I could cross that right there. Mad Max, how is everything going with you? So, Nika Fernandez, how did you get that diagnosed? Like you seem to eat very well. You eat better than I certainly do. But how did that how did you find out? Was it just a routine blood test? Hey Ryan, how are you doing? What's going on? We're transporting. These are burned logs. Actually, this is something we did start last week. I want to say, doing good. This past weekend was smoky where I live. There was a wildfire about an hour. So we had a. I think it was last. I don't know if it was Thursday or it was sometime last week. We actually did have one of those wildfire air quality alerts. I mean, it was smoky outside. You almost would have thought it was fog. But it was really strange. I'm new to this game. Please give me some advice. What kind of advice would you like on the game? The very first thing I will tell you is that it is not a rush to finish the task that you are doing. It is about enjoying the journey and not just racing to the destination. How did they find out? Did you have a blood test, Nika Fernandez? Or were you not feeling well? The DLC trucks in this are nice. So how much of this game did you buy? Did you buy just the base game, the year 1 pass, year 2 pass, blood test each day? Okay. The wildfires around 2,500 acres. Holy crap, dude. But you're in your area is safe though, right? On the Steam sale? Yeah. This game has periodic sales with it, so just the base game? Okay. Now, with the base game, you're going to get a lot of stuff for free. They actually have a year 1 thank you pack where you will get 2 additional trucks for completely free. If there's ever a truck that you see that you want inside the DLC truck packs, they're fun. They're fun. There is, well, short of probably the most recent DLC truck, which is the Mastodon, the Zix 612H. That one is a little bit on the pay-to-win side if you've never played this game before. Arby, what is going on? How are you, my friend? Weekly checkups, blood test every day, medication and not eating pasta or bread or cereals. Wow. That's like some of the best stuff, though. So you have to completely change your diet. My goodness. Some dude. Low Jack, what's up, dude? I get stuck in mud every 2 seconds. Okay, so, hey Ryan, do you see how you've got the trail, and then you've got some of the grass and stuff off of the side? It's sometimes better to not just drive on the trail. Sometimes the trail itself is going to have the most mud, but if you kind of get a couple of your tires off to the side, you're a little bit better off. Grab some extra traction. Lojack, nobody knows what hours of operation are anymore. But what is up, dude? I took today off. I didn't know if you noticed. Hello! Sup, nerds? What is going on, dude? How are you doing? Yeah, that is very much the point, is you will get stuck. You do need to use your winch, and it sometimes becomes a game of inches. What about State of Decay 2? We'll play that tomorrow. I did not have it in me to try to play that today. Yeah, so, Lojack, you probably would not have been wanting to send people to me today if I did in fact show up, because I went to sleep at probably 2 o'clock this morning. So, hey Ryan, thank you very much for the follow. Very much appreciate that. Oh yeah. Yeah, we're going the right way. Straight ahead. Yeah, I got in very late, and I fell asleep about 2 o'clock this morning after getting everything kind of just about to drive a choo-choo. Because you are the conductor in that, right, Hilo? Or I forget. Would I like to join a Twitch stream team? Like, what's required with that? Like, how does that work? Because I am not familiar. And actually, guys, if any of you have any interest in Call of Duty Online, or Call of Duty Mobile, of course it's online. It's always online. This is where my brain is. It's just fizzled. Is it cheese related? Call of Duty Mobile. That bearded fellow who's all up in your facial bits right there. That is Lojack. He's also a coworker of mine. So, it's funny stuff. You asked something about train loud, didn't? So you're the conductor of that train. Also, hey Ryan, if you have any questions related to SnowRunner at all, please, by all means, we are here to be an encyclopedia of knowledge pertaining to all manner of tomfoolery and shenanigans. Driver conductor. Yes, you conduct the disposition of your train, sir. Do you get to wear the hat? You have the hat. But yeah, you start off with the CK 1500. Have you progressed past the you've got past the tutorial, and then it like, how far into it have you gotten? Also, guys, I should mention where I was over the weekend and why we didn't have, of course. Okay, I'm just making sure. I just want to make sure that you have all of your ducks in a row, my friend. This is important information. You did a couple. Okay, good. So you are Black River. I will always recommend as the starting location. Double check Steam. Get yourself access to the Year 1 thank you pack, because you are legitimately going to want that. All right, so this is where we're going to go left. Do I dare kind of try to cross here and come in through the back route, or do I loop around? Also, what's this? That's a GMC. We don't want that. So it's not that your truck is bad, it's that it has not obtained any of the upgrades yet for it. You have... Which truck are you using? Because you would have got the Chevy CK 1500, you would have had the GMC 9500 to start. Then when you went to the garage, would have ended up with the oh, you know what? We can do this. Yeah, we'll cut across here and then up there. You would have the Fleet Star 5070. And that's the Fleet Star is going to be one of your main workhorse truck. There's one DLC which is free on... Yes. That should be the Year 1 thank you pack. So, the thing about some of the DLC trucks you'll be able to get, sometimes you have to get and find and locate upgrade parts on the map. Dirt Road Disciple. SnowRunners, oh hell. What's going on, dude? How are you doing? Thank you so much. That is 5 months right there, my friend. What's new? What's shaking? How's things? I am tired today. So, yes, this weekend, we didn't have Forza on Friday because I went with a friend to upstate New York. And when they say upstate New York, basically it's like farmland. Haven't been doing much, but working almost all the time. Yeah, that happens. That most assuredly happens. But yeah, you should have the international, the pay star, the international Fleet Star, right outside the garage in Black River, and that's going to be your primary truck for quite a while. You can use one truck to tow another truck. So, the little, it would be the large farmland. It would be so much farmland, and it was crazy because I went out there for a convention, and this convention had a whole bunch of people there. Do have that one. It asks me for... Okay, so check this out. When you push the up button on your controller, so the truck is parked outside. Just get the HD 750 mod. Yeah, I always recommend just playing a lot of the game without any of the mods. See how you like the game first, and then if you get far enough in the game, then maybe start sprinkling some mods in. But experience the game first. But if you push up on the controller, like when you get into that truck and it's all broken, like everything that's like right behind my head right here, it's all busted up. See where it says recover right there? You're gonna hit that. You're gonna jump into the truck and you're gonna hit recover. And it's going to bring it to the garage, and the garage, anytime it has a vehicle in there, instantly repairs and refuels everything. So I would highly recommend that. Exactly. So there are a couple of caveats to that, though. See how we have a trailer right here? We can't fast travel with a trailer, so always take that into consideration. And if you have cargo on the back, you're going to lose the cargo if you do fast travel back to your garage. And it brings you back to your garage, you instantly are refueled and repaired. So and this truck is going to have the all-wheel drive upgrade, which is one of the first things that, like, you get the truck and the all-wheel drive upgrade. You played from Release 2? Yeah. Yeah, me too. Like, but, hey, Ryan here is completely new to the game. Completely new. And there are still people who are, we're 3 years into this game cycle. Yeah, man. Absolutely it is. So we're 3 years into this game cycle, and we are still having new people find this game, discover this game, and enjoy this. So I'm always encouraging people, if they have any interest in this game, to absolutely do that. If you're on PC and looking for mods, always trust the website with 50 big green download. No, you download mods through the game itself. Iron, what is going on? How is everything? I hope you are well today. Hope you had a good weekend. I had an amazing weekend. If you guys actually go to the Discord, you'll see this is Joker. This is the Ontario, Canada. So this is what is this? We're basically putting out wildfires. We're taking care of Canadian business, is what this is about. Best of all, the developers are still showing. Yes, we are. Let's see. We are in the first. This is the first DLC of year 3, and we have a lot more left in the tank, so to speak. All right. We're gonna get here. The new one, I thought this was a different DLC for... No. Yes, I have 3 maps. How can I unlock other maps? Okay, so you have Michigan, Alaska, and Tamir. Yeah, exactly. Joker's 100% correct. Not that much. I bought a T-34. Oh, how is that? All right. So... now that we're here, we could, I guess, drive back to here. And every now and then you'll have a truck that just destroys you as a person because it will not work as intended. Also true. Joker, thank you so much for the follow. Really appreciate that. So, because, check this out. It's a decent for a tier 6 medium tank. So they describe the T-34 as a medium tank. Okay, that's interesting. So we're going to detach the trailer, and I could actually haul that trailer all the way back to, like, a trailer store, but because I have an obscene amount of money, I need to get the... So, yes, exactly. So, if we go up to global map, and you see up at the top up there, so you're going to have Michigan, Alaska, and Tamir. The very first DLC that this game has, and the first of the Year 1 pass. I personally feel that the Year 1 pass has always been the strongest so far. So you get Kola Peninsula, which is 2 maps. You get Yukon, which is 2 maps. Then you get Wisconsin, which is 2 maps. And it tops it all off with Amur, Russia, which is 4 gigantic maps. Those 4 chunks of DLC will consist of your Year 1 pass. And they are... Question where... Oh... JR Strang, I do have it up here. I forgot to hit the other... Yeah. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. For sure, the best for starters because of the best DLC. Yeah, exactly. I honestly think the Year 1 pass is one of the best. And in each one of those DLC chunks, each one of those maps, it's going to have... My favorite map probably, I had the most fun. I think Kola Peninsula is absolutely beautiful, but my favorite DLC was probably Amur because of the absolute difficulty level behind it and the payoff at the end. And it was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Season 9. I love Season 9. Don't get me wrong. I do love Season 9. I love the night sky in Season... Also, check this out. So, hey, Ryan, you know how we were talking about recovering? So, I can't bring the trailer with me, so I'm going to leave the trailer right here. I'm going to collect it later. because I really don't feel like hauling it all the way back. But we're going to recover right back to the garage. In my opinion, season 9 is the best one so far. Yeah, this is season 9, Ontario, Canada, Albany River, the burned forest. I really enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. And it definitely is a really, really beautiful looking chunk of DLC. Like it's really awesome to look at. Yeah, just like that. So then we leave the garage, see how well, you can't see it, but we're totally refueled, everything is repaired, and you're all done. So then we're all ready to go again. And because I am lazy and I've only transported 2 out of Grandmaster tea. What kind of tea, my friend? I had a what was it? A mango. I had a mango tea last night. The mango, yeah, it was mango tea. And it's actually really, really good. Norwich, what's going on, dude? How are you doing? The map that I did not like is Claros, very flat. I like the difficulties due to difficult terrain. Yeah. Mango tea is fantastic. And Province, my friend, how are you? So, hey, Ryan, if you would like to see one of the absolute masters at this game in terms of knowledge to share, N Province right here has a YouTube channel that goes through and talks about a lot of the trucks, a lot of the DLC, the maps, lots of reviews and technical information, all sorts of stuff like that. He also streams SnowRunner and is doing a hard mode and more playthrough. Also, you'll realize that this game has a regular mode, it has hard mode, and then there's New Game Plus. So if you think that the three chunks of initial maps are not that much, you have easily hundreds of hours available to you to play this game, and then you can go back and change it up, even if you don't want to get any of the other DLC chunks. No problem, my friend. You are a legend when it comes to all of this stuff, and you put in a lot of effort into bringing information out there for everyone to be able to make informed decisions about if they want to pick up a particular DLC truck or something that they want to use, something different that they want to try. And I really appreciate all the information that you have. So, but yeah, strawberry tea is the best. Ooh, strawberry tea sounds actually really, really good right now too. I like tea that does have a really nice flavor profile to it. Jay Bravo, how are you doing? So what DLC would you recommend as it's on sale? I should get one. Are you saying 1 year pass or one DLC specifically? Because if you want, I would always say the year 1 pass, but if there's one DLC specifically that you're looking for, raspberry tea. So, where is it? I have blackberry and raspberry. They call it like fizz, and it's a carbonated. It's like a 0 sugar carbonated beverage, and it's really good. Literally like GTA in that respect. You can sit down and play this game for thousands of hours and not accomplish a thing. Yeah. The light tanks start at the MT-25. Okay. I forget if I asked you this, but which is your favorite in that game so far, Iron? Yeah, raspberry tea. But yeah, sleepy time tea. That's a good one. I feel like I am. I feel like I am just ingesting a 55-gallon drum of sleepy time tea right now. So I am, as per the title of the stream, yeah, it's just how I feel because I've had not much sleep at all. In the garden all day. It's been awesome, very cool. It was kind of nice outside, and then it sort of dropped to like rainy and gloomy. Um, yes. So if you get that the year one pass will include 4 DLCs. So so we up at the top of the map there, you see Michigan, Alaska, and Tamir. The year one pass will give you Kola Peninsula, Yukon, Wisconsin, and Amur. That's 4 very large chunks of game that you get to play. Our disc client unfortunately burned up yesterday. We don't know how, but thankfully it had... Is that a newer one? It had insurance on it, so we'll get a settlement and buy another one. Like it burned up, like on fire. The year 1, 2, and 3 pass is on sale for about $60. Yeah, Joker, you're right. It is discounted, so... But yeah, we're hauling some logs, and basically my brain is on autopilot as I oh, absolutely. We are here to help, and if you see anyone else who is in a SnowRunner stream, chances are if you ask a question about this game, absolutely, JR Strang, thank you very much. If you ask a question about this game to any person who is playing SnowRunner, hey, Mr. You Know Me, how are you doing? What's going on? Chances are you're going to get an informed decision about various aspects of this game, because the community behind this game is phenomenal, and you don't have to be perfect at this game. You can just enjoy this game, and there are plenty of people out there who will help you and give advice. So don't ever think that you're like completely stuck in a situation, because you can ask people, you can recover trucks, you can do all sorts of stuff. Oop, what are we doing? We're all over the road here because I'm not paying attention. Took your guys' advice and I'm trying Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Awesome. It's fun, right? It's a lot of fun. Dirt Road Disciple, thank you very much there, my friend. Thank you so much for the cheer. Do greatly appreciate that. Yeah, so this weekend, I keep touching upon this weekend. So I traveled out to upstate New York. We got to where we were going, and I think, yeah, we ended up with it was me and my buddy, and he was selling art at the Intergalacticon. And that was in Rochester, New York. So, Norwich! Cheering out there as well. Breakpoint got me and my friends into the Ghost Recon series. Joker, I started with Ghost Recon Wildlands. Dirt Road Disciple again! And, thank you, man. Yeah, I started with Wildlands because my buddy was playing Wildlands, and he was saying, get Wildlands, get Wildlands, get Wildlands. It's cheap, it's like... I think it was like $14, $12 on the Xbox Game Store. And I was like, no, Wildlands was free. It was Breakpoint that was like, it was on sale. And we played Wildlands, although Wildlands was so far into its development cycle, it was, what happened? They shut servers down because of the fact that Breakpoint had been out for a while now. So Breakpoint was out. Actually, which way am I even going? I don't know what I'm doing because I'm not paying attention. Oh yeah, I'm totally not paying attention. Can I play this game with my friends too in the same... So here's the cool thing about this. This game supports up to 4 players. It is cross-platform, cross-generation. So you don't have to worry. All you need to do is when you create the multiplayer session, you give them a code, or if they're on the same platform, they can just jump in and join you. All right, I totally missed that thing. Oh, I could do that. So why don't we... Yeah, why don't we turn down here? Okay. Even on Switch. Yep, Switch, PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. Joker is completely correct. So yeah, if you have friends who want to play this, you can 100% get people to play this and enjoy the hell out of it together. And it's a lot of fun because you can create convoys, you can have trucks that are hauling cargo and gear and goods, and you can have your friends running support. So it's actually really, really awesome in that respect. We don't know if hay caught fire in it or if a hydraulic line developed a pinhole, sprayed some hot metal, but I turned around and there was flames rolling out of it. Attempted to put it out, failed. Thankfully managed to get the tractor unhooked before it hopped a hydraulic line and burnt. Wow. Dude, that's nuts. And at least you're okay, and everything else was salvaged and good, so... I used to play Euro Truck. So, the interesting thing about American Truck Simulator, Euro Truck Simulator, and I've had a lot of people tell me this, even though I've never played either one of those games yet. You have to do things in a certain period of time. You have to deliver stuff on time. This, you don't have to worry about that. You can literally approach this game in any way that you want. There was actually a new mower. I think it was a 2018 model year. We found a 2016 that's going to replace it. Okay. So at least you're able to replace it, that everything's covered, and you know what? Nobody got hurt too. That is utmost right there, is that nobody got hurt. But no, it doesn't. That's the nice thing. Well, unless you actually, and who was it who was saying that the headlights in this game actually take like energy or something? Yeah, this game doesn't charge you for fuel. It doesn't charge you for cargo. Well, that's if you play the regular base version. If you do mods, or if you do hard mode or new game plus, you can have stuff that actually costs money, or you can just play the game and then just roll on through and just rock out, basically. But yeah, Intergalacticon this weekend, we were actually staying 2 hours from the venue, which was an ice hockey like arena. So it was a sports complex is what it was. So it's a sports complex. It had multiple ice hockey rinks, and the convention actually took place on one of the rinks themselves. So I was basically standing on concrete. Laxon84, thank you very much for the follow. Very much appreciate that. Hope you're doing well today. It was probably one of the most amazing convention experiences that I've ever had. If you guys have Discord and you want to go check out, I only had a couple of pictures from it, but I get to meet some incredible people. If anybody is familiar with the Obi-Wan series from Disney Plus, the guy who actually is the stand-in for Obi-Wan, his name is Warren Prue Jr., and the dude looks like the spitting image of Ewan McGregor. No joke. And it was his first, like, actual convention, and he was there. But in addition to being a stand-in for Ewan McGregor, he also has a couple of little bit parts and stuff for various aliens and things like that in the Obi-Wan movie, or excuse me, television show, or series, not television, Disney Plus series. Thank you. Downloaded 15 free games and about 5 apps. Plus, I've downloaded software to play CDs and Blu-rays. I've just got to download the software to play DVDs for... Oh, dude, that's awesome. So you're really enjoying it so far? By the time the fire department got there, it was out. There's nothing left except the blackened and burnt shell. Bummed you out as you just spent 3 hours putting a brand new set of blades on it. Dude, I'm sorry to hear that, man. That's rough. That's really, really rough. And starting, I took a refund for this game, but friends insisted me to buy it again, so I did. Okay. Okay. The great thing is, if you play this with friends, and if you're early on, you don't have access to the good tires, you can You can have friends tow you out. You can have friends, if you get stuck, you can get towed out by your friends with the winch cables. So don't forget that as well. But I met one of the individuals, Susanna. She plays a Jawa in the Mandalorian, and that was a lot of fun. I don't know if I can make it through here. See if I can make it through there. What our friends never heard of the Money Sniper? As the legendary Tony Beats from Gold Rush once said, nobody hurt, no big deal. That is an excellent and ideal way to look at things. So, yeah. Yeah. It's a very, very good way to look at things. Nobody's hurt. That's what counts. Insurance is there. Yeah, sure, it's a bummer. But, you know what? Worse things could have happened. And fortunately enough, those worst things did not. So you want October 19th? What's October 19th? Because I have so many dates floating around in my head. I think October I'm going to Monster Expo, and I'm meeting the dude who was the voice of Monster Garage. He went by the nickname Big Schwag. Unleashed 2. Oh, yeah! So yeah, we get more Hot Wheels goodness in October. And they're really trying to capitalize on that. They've got that television show with Rutledge Wood on all sorts of Hot Wheels and stuff like that. So that's cool. See if we can't make this corner. There's a lot of rocks here. So the interesting thing about this truck is it doesn't have a lot of suspension give because it's got this goofy rocker arm style suspension. So if it's got a lot of kind of aggressive terrain, it alters a little bit. But Millie Heather has joined us. Uh-oh, we're getting all hung up on all sorts of stuff here. It would have quads and motorbikes. Cop who showed up said, that's one expensive campfire, and it took every ounce of me not to burst out laughing. Millie Heather, thank you very much. Yeah, I've definitely needed some water. I have not been drinking nearly enough water today. Let's see if we can't get the tractor through. Okay, there we go. But yeah, Millie Heather, what's going on? I hope you're well today. Also, guys, I am remiss in my duties here. If you actually look to the right of your screen right there, made cookies in jars. I sent you a picture. You never drink enough. I don't drink it. I drink more water on stream than I drink any time throughout the day. So, but that's just me. Oh, dude, those are cool. Those are so cool. So this is the Aramatsu Forester, and this is a good logging style truck because it can haul medium logs and medium logs. And this one is available in the main DLC. And it's funny too because Maine actually isn't too far from me. I can get to Maine in like an hour and a half. This one comes in the... So this one is in the year 2. So the year 2 would be Dawn Region, Maine, Tennessee, the Glades. So that would be the year 2 pass. All right, so let's grab some logs. It's log, it's big, it's heavy, it's wood. It's log, it's better than bad, it's good. But yeah, so we get burnt logs there. Oh, we got to straighten out our trailer behind us here so the logs don't actually tip over. Because yeah, cargo weighs like actual pounds. They're similar to those in jars on Etsy, and they're like between 2 and 22. Okay. All right. So we're all loaded up, and now we just have to get out of here, and we have to make... So originally we would go to this particular one right there. Oh, 12 to 22. Okay. Oh, damn. If we actually go to... Oh. Oh, it's this one we want to. No, see, we're way too close to this one right here. I know a guy here that has one of those. He imported it from Finland or Sweden. I don't remember which one. You could always tell he was running it, as you could hear the tire chains slapping off in the distance. Interesting. Okay. 16 and 22. Okay. No, Millie Heather, that's cool. I think those came out really, really neat. Um, and if you certainly get yourself enough product, why not create an Etsy store? The guardrails in this game are the worst thing. They destroy your. Yes, they do. Guardrails and tree stumps. Yeah, everything. I've done basically everything on Black River, and I've enjoyed. Black River, even though it's technically the starting map, it is still absolutely one of my favorite maps to do. Alaska is fun. Tamir is kind of a slog because it's so much mud out that way that you do end up kind of slowing down. Um, and it does take a little bit longer, but it's still interesting terrain to explore. Yeah, okay, so we go up here, we take a left, and then we go up there to the tunnel, go through the tunnel, and then we will have gotten rid of all the burnt log. But yeah, so as I was saying previously, this little bar that's off to my side that just says stack up, that is for the charity fundraiser we are actually, um, raising funds for. So we're doing the stack up, the call to arms. Well, the 2023 call to arms. And Stack Up is actually a really important charity. And if you guys do have any interest in donating, that is the link right there. That's the donation link for this channel right here. Stack Up uses video games. Stack Up uses video games to help active duty and veterans alike. And right on their website, the first thing you see on their website, veterans are our mission, gaming is our passion. And I am a gamer. I am a huge believer that video games can do amazing things. Video games can bridge gaps, can bring people together. You can have someone on the opposite side of the world that you can connect with and learn from and make friends with. Video games are so much more than what a lot of people originally made them out to be. And you're from India. Okay. Very cool. Very, very cool. Well, welcome in. I am in New England, the United States, the Northeast. Stack Up has actually four of, they call them their pillar programs. And yeah, Old England over there from Millie Heather. So, yes. But yeah, Stack Up supports U.S. and allied veterans by promoting positive mental health and combating veteran suicide through gaming and geek culture with their the four pillar programs that I had just previously mentioned. Um, they do supply crates, which are video game care packages full of the latest games, gear, and consoles sent to deployed units and veterans in need. They do air assaults, which are the all expense paid trips to bring deserving veterans to gaming geek culture events, Comic Cons, E3, PAX East, things like that. They pay for them to go, and then you have veterans that can connect with other people through the means of video games. They have a program called the Stacks, which is volunteer teams engaged in veteran outreach and community betterment projects in their local areas. And their Overwatch program, last but not least, it is a 24/7 crisis intervention and peer-to-peer mental health support for veterans and civilians alike, provided through Stack Up's online community. So I will pin that link to the top of the chat up there because it's important stuff. It is very important stuff. And using video games to do good things, I feel good about helping out and raise funds for a charity like that. Zach of Mars, welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you today? Yeah, Joker's 100% right. Games allow you to make friends where you would not expect. Yeah, very, very much so. And if you guys enjoy things like State of Decay 2, absolutely Zach of Mars, absolutely. That is Zach of Mars right there. That is not, however, State of Decay 2, although he was playing State of Decay 2 previously. Very good dude, very friendly dude, very knowledgeable individual when it comes to things like State of Decay 2. Me personally, I just bumble about through State of Decay, and I have no idea what I'm doing. I just kind of. It's not like SnowRunner. I know what I'm doing in this game. State of Decay, not so much. You do, and it's really cool. And to watch you go at it, especially on the higher difficulty levels, and you just you just steamroll, my friend. You really do, and it's awesome. Echo Spark, how are you today? That was State of Decay pre-alpha. What's going on? What's new? Tractor Man lives in Breeze Home, the land of cheese. Yes, the land of cheese. That's too funny. All right, so we got to bring this across. No, this way. We got to bring this. No, this way. Whew. I'm gonna bring this across over here. You ever met an Ewok or a Jawa? I did, and I've been meaning to say that all stream. You'll go get something to eat? All right. We stream 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard. So Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. And on Thursdays, we actually do multiplayer SnowRunner. So, and if you're a fan of Forza, we all race on Forza on Friday. But we didn't on this Friday because I was traveling. Wow. The weather, though, the weather was absolutely bonkers. Fun fact about Stardew, apparently it committed a war crime by making the cross on the clinic red. I have no clue. That's something. I've never played Stardew Valley, and I've been meaning to think about really getting a Switch. Looking forward to getting that Chevy truck. Oh, dude. Oh, crap, that's right. I have to... Take your time, my friend, take your time. I need to, before the reset, I need to get the F-150. I absolutely need the F-150 from Forza this week, because who doesn't want a 1986 F-150 that you can do pretty much anything with? Been driving the Ford, it's pretty fun. But primarily, I'm looking for the 1972 Chevy K10. Stardew is definitely fun. It also has a pretty tight community and is healthy for a channel. Awesome. You know, and the thing about it is, I like games that actually cultivate a very positive and friendly community. I don't like there are always games out there that are going to have a vocal community that will also unfortunately have people who are not nearly as friendly or kind in their telling you of how they think the game is or should be played, or that you're doing something wrong. That's why I found that the State of Decay community was just incredibly kind. I was blown away by how many people were actually, very supportive of the game. The developers make regular rounds, streamers who still play the game, and it's so much fun. So much fun. I'm enjoying it. I'm it's a large open world game. It also has vehicles in it, so that's kind of a thing. Imagine if there was wild dinosaurs on SnowRunner, and the reason you drive so slow is so you make less engine noise, so they can't hear you. That would be mildly terrifying. That would in fact be mildly terrifying. But yes, Millie Heather, I actually met some stars of the Star Wars films who had played various different roles, and they were from the UK. I had met wonderful individual, Susanna, who played a Jawa, in The Mandalorian. She was an absolutely unbelievably awesome woman. The stand-in for Ewan McGregor, and he also plays a couple of bit parts for, aliens and stuff like that in Obi-Wan. Yes, this weekend was a Comic-Con. I went out and I helped a friend of mine who was going out there to sell art. And if you guys are familiar with anyone of the 501st, the Star Wars, cosplayer type dudes, you met Percy Weasley and 2 Doctor Who's at a Comic-Con. That's awesome. But yeah, if you ever meet some of these guys from the 501st, have you ever seen State of Decay? I have not, actually. I should probably do that because I would probably play State of Decay 3. But yeah, these guys were unbelievably kind. And oddly enough, we were only 2 hours. We were 2 hours from Canada. I was going to put 2 doctors, but folks might not know. Okay. No, I got you. I totally got you. But yeah, these dudes, there was a group of them who came down from Canada, and they had to leave early, but they had all of these displays and stuff set up, and they were unbelievably friendly people, which was probably because they were Canadian, not just because they were like 501st guys. And they were just awesome. They were really, really awesome dudes. They're all Star Wars fans. All Star Wars fans. There was a couple of people there from Star Trek as well. I get to meet Bill Blair, who actually holds the world record and is in the Guinness Book of World Records for most aliens or most characters played that required prosthetics. So the guy always was playing a different creature or an alien or something like that, and it was actually pretty cool. Super nice guy. Super nice guy. I did meet Tuvok, Tim Russ. Yeah, Tuvok from Voyager. Super awesome dude. Very, very cool. But yeah, the absolute nicest people that I actually was hanging around with were a bunch of the actors and actresses played the Ewoks. Yeah, Hilo. I don't think I put it up on the Discord yet, so let me Dr. 5 and Dr. 7. Dr. Fine, Dr. Howard, Dr. Fine. Yeah, Hilo, let me let me put that up on the Discord right now. And if you guys hit exclamation, well, actually, it did just link it right there. If you guys are on the Discord and want to see Sylvester McCoy and Peter Davidson. All right. Millie Heather, that stuff is awesome. That stuff is so cool. All right. We're gonna drop this in general pictures, so we're gonna find me some Tuvok. If I can spell right. And Percy's actually nice. Yeah, I think he does a lot of convention. Okay. All right, there you guys go. That is it's in the general pictures section of the Discord. And if you want to join our Discord, just hit !Discord. That is where we carry on conversation and continue the fun outside of Twitch right here. Absolutely. Millie Heather's got it right there. Apparently, folks have said, too, the actors who played Uncle Vernon and Umbridge are super nice people, too. Yeah, it's amazing who ends up being, like, some of the nicest people that you can actually meet. But, like, all of the individuals who played various Ewoks and Jawas and puppeteers and creatures it's so fun. It's so cool. And it's so neat to meet people like that. The guy who played Joffrey is delightful. So, yeah, Hilo, I don't know if you had overheard us mention that, I met the stand-in for Ewan McGregor, and the dude is the spitting image of Ewan McGregor. And I think I put it up in the Discord. Oh man, I am seriously slacking on making sure that I have all of these pictures and stuff posted, because I had an unbelievably good time. Unbelievably good time. One of the women who played one of the Ewoks actually said I looked a lot like her brother. And then she goes, "How tall are you?" And I said, 6'2". She goes, "That is exactly how tall my brother is." So it was one of those things where it's just, connections with people were made, and like, how chatty I am here and how much we go back and forth and talk about all kinds of stuff here. A convention is no different. I am like a wind-up toy. I mean, so, and not like it's a bad thing, but like, I go and 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 I go, and it's an absolute amazing thing that I still have a voice left to me from the weekend, because the convention was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we didn't make it for Friday because we were actually traveling on Friday. Cool thing is too, the friend of mine that I was journeying along with to help him out, to support him, to do various, driving tasks and things like that, to be an extra set of hands. I guess her brother also has the... You remember that, Elo? Damn, that one's out already. But, yeah. that old lady, I will never, ever, ever forget her. I got your refill right here, ma'am. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like the whole weekend was just awesome. Every fan, every, actor and actress and voice actor, or was there voice actor? Well, puppeteers and various other people and stuff like that. It was just great. You spam the art channel. Dude, that fake food stuff is wonderful. That fake food stuff is so wonderful. Also, I don't exactly know why it said reconnecting to chat. Are you guys... Stream's still good, right? Well, it doesn't show that we dropped any frames, so... Okay. Okay, alright. Yeah, that was weird. It had that little message where it was like, "Welcome to the chat room." Alright, thank you, though. Appreciate it. Very much so. Alright. Cool. Yeah, that was weird. I didn't know... Yeah, and there's no drop frames either. It didn't reset the clock. So... Alright, no, we're good. We're good. It does that to you too sometimes? It usually does that when I am, like, watching other streams. I don't think I've had that happen when I've been streaming. And especially since I've started hardwiring the laptop here. Did you see that? That was a raptor across the path. What? Where? Huh? I think I'm paying too much attention to what's going on here and not enough what's going on here. Or, like... I guess I can wave my hand around and go, everything that's here. You missed the Tuvok conversation? Relic, I put the Tuvok not the conversation, but I put the Tuvok picture up in the Discord as well. Dinosaur SnowRunner? Oh, please. That would be like... We don't need this to be Jurassic Park. No, but the dude who played Tuvok, he actually did we didn't get a chance to be there for it, but he did a concert. So he did a concert on Saturday night. The dude can play guitar, apparently, and I had no idea. You were fighting a world boss with Vlad? Of course you guys were. You early access. Who's playing Diablo? Who's going to be playing Diablo? I don't know if I'm going to play Diablo, like, on stream, but I am probably going to play Diablo, you know, after the fact. Speaking of Tuvok, though, I wonder how often people say to Tim Russ, he actually had... All right, so Forest Cleaner, it's a shame such beautiful trees were destroyed, but we did what we could. Thank you very much, and take this for your effort. Awesome. He actually had one of his prints to be signed, and it was that scene right there. And I kind of wish I had asked him to just kind of, like, actually possibly make a video of that, because that would have been so funny. The mod does not yet exist on Nexus. What? I'm not quite sure what you're telling me there. Which mod on... Doing the what now? For dinosaurs? For dinosaurs on what? Okay. Oh, dude. Yeah, Relic. No, he was super, super cool, man. He was super cool. Very nice guy. Isn't even a mod to add animals or what? No, there's nothing in the game that actually allows you to do anything like that. That's the unfortunate thing. All right, so we need to... Oh, bad accident. So we need to repair a Chevy. So that's that. You know what we could do? You know what we could actually do? And seeing how we are closer to the... Oh, I don't think we can actually kind of get... All right, so let's back up. Let's spin this bad boy around. Kind of just drag this trailer around. Yeah, Tim Russ was awesome. He was incredibly friendly, and he was talking to people... Like, he had the same people there talking to him for over an hour. I missed the opportunity to meet Sylvester McCoy and Colin Baker because I was a dingus. Don't be a dingus. Never be a dingus. So let's go. Well, unless it's a funny dingus. All right, so we'll do this here. So we'll do this. We'll bring this thing back. But I'm always a dingus. Hey, Ryan, welcome back. Good to see you. All right, so we go to the right? Yeah, okay. So we're probably not going to have enough fuel for this. I met them at Wigan Comic-Con a good few years ago now. Okay. I'm going to put all the pictures from the convention up, and I didn't take really that many, mostly just with people and stuff like that. There were a lot of people who actually took pictures of me with other people. So that was kind of fun. The wonderful, delightful woman, and her name is Kendra, and she played one of the Ewoks. She was the one who said I looked like her brother. McCoy and Davidson, I mean, and okay. Yeah, she was the individual who said I looked like her brother, and her husband was absolutely fantastic. He was just telling stories all weekend long, and we were hanging out, we were talking back and forth. We talked a lot about cars, believe it or not. Cars, experiences growing up, garages, shops, you know, different businesses, things like that. It was a lot of fun. It was an unbelievably fun time. And I really made some wonderful new friends that I truly hope I get to see sometime in the near future. Yes, hey, Ryan, what is your question? Ask away. All right. So now we're on the road, so that's kind of good. the CK-1500, and then we deliver to the house. When to use okay, so differential lock is a very interesting little concept. Let's see if this one. So this vehicle here, I'm going to shut off the engine. We're going to use this one as an example. So you see how each of the axles, we've got 8 different tires. When you have this vehicle going over pavement, you don't use differential lock because all of those tires have an equal amount of traction. When you're in uneven terrain, or when certain tires slip and certain tires grip, that is when you use a differential lock. Because what a differential does is it splits the power going to either tire. So when a vehicle goes around a corner, the tire on the inside rotates slower than the tire on the outside. When you lock the differential, the power is split evenly between the two. And that's why when you see a vehicle stuck in the snow or a mud puddle, the tire that spins gets the power. So if a tire is spinning, it's the differential that's doing that. But if you had one tire that was in good amount of dirt that had traction and one tire spinning away like it's on ice, if you were to lock the differential, the power would be split evenly between the two wheels, and then both tires would have an equal amount of traction. So the one that actually has traction will be able to get you out of a mud pit. That's why they do that on off-road vehicles. Grandmaster T! Well, geez. Welcome on in. Hello, and thank you for the raid as well. What is going on? I hope you are good. Or, as good as earlier. Thank you very much, Nika Fernandez. Welcome, Raiders. Welcome, party people there. And let's give Grandmaster T a shout out right there. Last seen playing SnowRunner, although that doesn't look like SnowRunner. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Hey, Ryan, we are filled with technical information right here. So while these trucks may not completely perfectly mimic, yeah, it does. It's very random as to which clip it pulls from. But I thank you and very much appreciate the raid, and I hope everybody who came along also enjoys SnowRunner, because you know what, SnowRunner's an absolute blast. But thank you very much, and I hope all your community is doing good, and I hope you continue to do good as well. But yeah, hey Ryan, we are here, and I am very much a car guy. And if we want to break down the nitty gritty, Storm, the electric off-roader is this week's Forza season is actually pretty good. Worth getting the 40 points for it when you work up. Okay, all right, cool, awesome. Millie Heather, yes. I really appreciate it. It's so weird because it all depends on what time of the day. Zach of Mars out there, he also had recommended to us Canadian Pagan, who plays a lot of SnowRunner throughout the day as well. His hours are a lot different. There are a lot of people out there that actually do play SnowRunner, but depending on the time of the day and who's streaming, it's just a spin on the roulette wheel. But I appreciate you raiding on in. I love this game. This is one of the games that I am very passionate about, and I think it's awesome when new players join this game, when old players help out new players with information and advice, and just, we have an awesome community of this game, and it's one of the most fun things. So, thank you again. Super hot weather, lots of talkie, we're going to hydrate. Well, I don't need to explode. I don't need so much so much hydration that I explode. I did have my water bottle with me, so yes, agreed. I've been mainly playing co-op and don't know how I would have survived solo. I played a lot of solo, and I played a lot of co-op early on. And when I would complete chunks of the DLC and be waiting for the next DLC to come down the pipeline, like if you have a PC, you can actually join the public test server on this game. And the newest public test server for DLC number 11, what was it? 10 or 11? 10. DLC number 10 is on the PTS right now. I play this on PlayStation, so I don't exactly have access to the public test server. Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah, PC also has access to a greater amount of mods on this game. And this is the one game that I don't play with any mods whatsoever. So there is that. But yeah, if you're on PC, you get access to the public test server, which has the new Mack truck. So there are new trucks that are coming. I am on the PlayStation, yep. I'm on the PlayStation. I am on the Xbox. I'm on various different accounts on PC stuff. I'm not so much a PC gamer. I am more of a console gamer, though I will do stuff periodically on the PC. I don't stream PC games because that would just kind of not work on my laptop, but my laptop is a multi-purpose machine. So here's one of the great things about SnowRunner. If you look, we have 19 liters left of fuel. There is a fuel station right up ahead. I am hoping that I can make it so that I don't have to run another truck out to refuel this one so we can get it back to the garage. Just one of those goofy things that always happens. Millie Heather, when the Hobbit movies were still coming out, McCoy was at Stockholm Sci-Fi Fair for that. The next year, the poster had Colin Baker in a corner as in will also be their thing. I can only imagine they had an unexpected amount of classic Whovians show up. I'm not a Mac, I'm a Peterbilt. That truck from Cars. That's, what the hell was his name? Fuel station, there we go. You grew up on Classic Who? Classic Who's pretty cool. My Classic Who doctor was Baker. When the Daleks were scary. Happens to you all the time. Yeah, but that's one of the great things about this game. If you can't roll your truck over, watch all of your cargo come spilling out, and then kind of chuckle about it, it's going to be a long, long game for you. You need to have a sense of humor with this game. You really do. I love it. I absolutely love this game. I've been playing since launch, which was in April of 2020. This game is legitimately 3 years old. It's advanced past its terrible twos, and now it's kind of just cruising right along in toddler speed. Which is kind of a weird way to look at it, but that's neither here nor there. In the new Who? Cindy Lou Who? What? Huh? When they get to those stairs and levitated, my heart about stopped and my stomach hurt. That was frightening. Yeah. Your classic doctor was how? Oh my god. Okay. 2020, you didn't even have a PC? Man, I don't know about House. Like, I tried to watch the whole thing all the way through several times, and I just couldn't, because I got to a point where it was like, this is just too much. All right. Also, hey Ryan, little tech tip here for you. See how we're at a trailer store, right? We can do this. We can buy a fuel carrier trailer, or a repair trailer, you can refuel, and then you sell that trailer right back. Because you don't have to worry about losing any kind of money when you buy or sell things. It's always an equal amount. Right? I think you were in college by then. All right. So what is our next? Okay. Oh, that's what we were doing. We were going to do we were going to get the truck. You've got a high school friend whose son is about to start college. Makes you feel old, doesn't it? Let's see what we want to use for a vehicle. We have basically all of the vehicles. We have access to everything. Seen a grand total of one episode of Doctor Who. I have nothing bad to say about it. It just wasn't my flavor of Kool-Aid. Such old. I like when they had Christopher Eccleston. I thought he was actually a really, really decent doctor. And he had some personal reasons for leaving the production. But he's a pretty cool dude. He's a pretty cool dude. Yeah, Eccleston always deserves more respect. Like, people seem to think that, like, I don't know if they seem to think that he just kind of up and cut out or what it was, or he didn't want to be pigeonholed into that particular role. But always bring a banana to a party. All right, so we need to get a little repair trailer going. Actually, what can we put on the back of this thing? Maintenance frame. Ooh, there we go. So this truck is kind of interesting because if you look at the front axle, it doesn't have a differential, which means this truck is not a four-wheel drive truck. This is the Pacific E512F. Switching out Barrowman's ray gun thingy for a banana because he hates guns. John Barrowman is fantastic in Torchwood, and that episode that he goes up, which that was with Eccleston, wasn't it? Was that with Eccleston, or was that? Oh, this has always on differential lock. Oh no, it doesn't. Oh no. Okay, so this has. All right. Don't mind me. All right. I couldn't remember if it was with Eccleston or the dude after him, who went on to play Crowley. With Rose on a barrage balloon in the middle of an air raid wearing the Union flag shirt. Did you watch Torchwood? Did anybody here watch Torchwood? That's a wonderful BBC show. I need to find out where it's actually playing, because I think it was on Netflix for the longest time. Torchwood is a really great show. That is a very, where Doctor Who does touch upon certain issues here and there, Torchwood gets really, really heavy at times. Road trip, we went to Cardiff and stood on top of Torchwood. Okay. Yeah, Torchwood's fantastic. Torchwood is fantastic. Barrowman is wonderful. Does this have a beacon? Oh, we have a little tiny beacon in the back. We'll turn on the beacon. Beacons for safety, my friends. Beacons for safety. But yeah, every now and again, we'll get a truck that does not have four-wheel drive. And this isn't counted as a highway truck, believe it or not. This truck is powerful and agile enough to sort of do a lot of different things. But we'll go and see about... repairing and refueling the CK-1500. Oh, that's a weird horn. I think the Pacific series of trucks are Canadian. So you watch Classic Who in your mid-20s, love it so much. Did you say who your favorite doctor was, Hilo? Hilo? My grasp of the English language right now is not good. You English as a second language people out there, you are walking circles around me. Is the doctor. Okay. I need to probably catch up on those series for the 7th. Which one was the 7th? Because I can't remember by numbers because I'm awful. Pepper is a close second. McCoy. Okay. You're watching with your dad at 5 or 6. As long as we had Doctor Who on PBS, public broadcast channel, or PBS. Yeah, it was publicly funded. It was a really fun channel. We are talking about Doctor Who. Jurassic Park 8-6. Horror and scary films, Alien and such. Star Trek, Picard and Janeway mostly. So Millie Heather, I met Tuvok, Tim Russ from Star Trek, and there was from the Next Generation, I met Lieutenant J. I think her name is. Terry Coco, I want to say. But yeah, man, there was a lot of really cool people. You watch Bob Ross on PBS was some of the greatest television to be able to actually sit down and legitimately enjoy. Bob Ross, you don't have headphones. How do you hear the game? So here's a cool thing. I use a capture card with my console. My TV is right over there. My laptop is right here. So all of my alerts and things like that play right here. Microphone's right here. Everything works like that. King Ninja coming in 2 months. Holy moly. It's been 2 months? Wow. How have you been? How are you? I hope you had an amazing weekend. What is good? My nephew started asking me hard questions recently. My favorite Star Trek duo went with Seven and the Doctor. Favorite captain and first officer, Kirk and Spock, or Janeway and Chakotay. I like Janeway and Chakotay. Kirk and Spock will always be the classic captain and second in command. Favorite rivals, Odo and Quark. Oh, absolutely, Odo and Quark. They were wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Odo and Quark were awesome together. They were perfect foils to one another. Didn't complete what? It's cool because I have my microphone set up. The stack up link, it should be at the top right there. That is also our. Oh, the headphones audio. I don't use headphones. I don't like headphones. When I use Discord, I will actually have an earbud, and I don't even like that as much because with Discord it plays through the PC, so I'm able to hear stuff and in communication. So with the Discord hooked up, my microphone is the microphone for Discord, and then I use a different audio output source for listening to the Discord. So it's pretty cool. Good way that streamers do that is use a Um, cardioid microphone. I think that's you're right. And it has the ability to, you can set it up for like podcasting, you can set it up for like it. So this one right here, I need to be talking directly into the microphone in this direction. She's doing all right. She's doing all right. She put up a bunch of stuff on eBay, and people definitely need to purchase some of her eBay stuff. We'll put it that way. All right, where is... So we're going a bad X. All right. Boom. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! King Ninja right there. RB just gifted out a sub to Hey Ryan. Holy moly, folks. Guys, King Ninja. Dude. That was... It's been sitting at 690 for too long. Dude, I can't thank you enough for that. That puts us ever closer to our goal. And our goal, once we hit that $1,000 mark, it actually will allow us to personally sponsor with this channel our very own stack up, supply crate. You have all of the emotes. Hey, Ryan, when you follow the channel, you get a bunch of follow emotes. And now that you're subscribed to the channel, you have a whole bunch of subscriber emotes. So, yeah, it was, Loader, it was very cool to see Gigi, to hang out with Gigi for a bunch this weekend. And if you guys don't know, Gigi Edgley, who played Chiana from the ever amazing, awesome show that is called Farscape, which was a Jim Henson production, which is one of the unbelievably wonderful television shows of its age and era. King Ninja. That is a hell of a lot of cheers coming in right there, my friend. Holy moly. Yeah, Farscape was a great show. Best pizza emote on Twitch. You guys get pizza emotes. You get some cool little Viking emotes. There's a sandwich. There's the panic button, the ban hammer. There's all kinds of stuff that's out there. And you know, I genuinely hope that you enjoy all that stuff. Is it from Dom? I love Domino's. I'm not gonna lie. I do love Domino's. And it's not just because of the convenience factor that I can order with the app. You like how the actors switch between Farscape and Stargate? Yeah, you had Ben Browder, and then you had Claudia Black. Claudia Black does a lot of voice work. Ben Browder shows up in Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, there is some really, really cool stuff that happens. Yeah, she is awesome. She's absolutely awesome. And I love those pizza emotes. I do love those pizza emotes. They are so good. All right. So we've been actually having some pretty good luck with this truck. You're not sure about her... Oh, crap. About her character when she first arrives in Stargate, but she grows on you? Okay. You know, I have been so hit or miss with the various different episodes of Stargate that I watch. And I've watched bits and pieces of different series, because there's like 18 different Stargate. One of the best, though, one of the absolute best, is the movie. Oh, there's tons of spin-offs. But the movie, which stars Kurt Russell, wonderful. There's a timeline. You watch them in order. I wouldn't even begin to imagine. Oh, look at that. Look at that ball of sun in the sky right over there. And we're almost to the Chevy that we have to repair. So we'll get there. But King Ninja, you are an absolute legend, my friend. And I cannot begin to thank you enough for all of the contributions that you have made. You basically just had us utterly crush our very first goal, because I didn't know what a good goal was going to be. And you decided to be all like, nope. We're going to make it crazy like that. Oh, yeah, we got to go around this way. Go around the pit. Amanda tapping. Sam is also in Sanctuary, which is also fun. It's not in space. It's side. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, she's one of the main characters in Sanctuary. That's another one of those shows that, like, I have so many shows that I've meant to watch, but I've just not gotten around to it because there's just so many shows out there. I am going to repair. So if you look up in the upper right-hand corner, that is our current goal. If this is still going on when next check hits, I'll... Dude. You truly do not have to do that, and I don't believe that words adequately describe just how grateful I am, and I know how grateful anyone who benefits from the Stack Up charity is towards your contributions. Mr. General Disarray, how are you? Fantastic human being, you. The P12 Vintage Scander. So it's funny you mentioned that because right now we're using the Pacific P512PF. And this is one you get in, it's, I think, Wisconsin. So you get this one in Wisconsin. You also get the 5600 Twin Steer. Sci-fi has some amazing... Oh, yeah, it does. It absolutely does. Because sci-fi was one of those genres that it allowed people to push boundaries. And that's what it did. What a gorgeous evening to spend with you fine blood sacks. I prefer meat bags, sir. Or flesh automaton. So the P12 is a really great truck that you can get, and it works very well, I think, in a lot of the initial maps because it comes with the mud tires on it. And if you get enough money to get one of the P12s right off the bat, it's definitely a good truck to have. Absolutely a good truck. I don't know if we're supposed to do anything with this trailer here. Oh, it's not attached to a trailer. Okay. So we're going to repair this bad boy. Vintage Scander, thank you very much. The P12 is really fast. The P12 is fun. P12 is very fun. I am a meat popsicle. Sometimes too fast for its own good. It's a fun truck, and that was the truck that my buddy, when we initially started playing this, we were all stuck in lockdown. That was one of the trucks that was his first purchase for a truck outside of the GMC 9500, the Chevy CK 1500, or the Fleet Star. Oh man, King Ninja, like you set off an avalanche because like I get an email, a text message notification, the stream notification. You are a legend, dude, and don't you ever forget it. All right, so we do that. So always repair first, because if you have a punctured gas tank in this game and you try to refill the fuel tank, it's just going to puke out all over the place. Okay, so deliver to the East House. Also, we should probably see what else we have to do in this. I'm spare parts, bud. Bag of spare parts. I like the P12 is nice. The P16 is actually really cool, and much like the P512 that we're using, it's got special coating for the mud tires. So even though you look at it and you go, but it's only rear-wheel drive, the P16 has always-on differential lock. This one does not. It has an outrageous amount of traction. Does the same thing to me. Anytime my card is used, I get 2 emails and a text. A bit annoying, but better safe than sorry if I ever lose it. That is a genuinely good point about that. Bad accident. We also have to... Oh, we have to repair the CT680 as well. To the... Oh, okay, so the Caterpillar's got to go to the evacuee camp. And the East House gets Oh, that's not too bad. We can do that. Yeah, that's totally easy. Storm is a vamp drink box. Entirely possible. Loader, dude, the amount of people that I met, I don't know if you had seen the picture of the Land of the Lost. The two individuals, was it Will and Holly from Land of the Lost? That was so much fun. If you guys are on the Discord, you absolutely need to go check out the picture because it's I had so much fun taking it. It was unbelievably awesome to do. I think I put it on the... Yeah, it's got to be on the Discord. And the Jawa. Yep. She is so cool. Loader, I also met Tuvok from Voyager. And I met Lieutenant J from Star Trek The Next Generation. So let's repair and refuel this thing real quick first. The maintenance frame. Are we going to have enough points? No. We're not going to have enough points. Oh. Yeah, that was somewhat short-sighted with the maintenance frame. So that dude's got to go there. Granted, I could always see... That's up there, so that's going to be the longer haul. And I don't know... I don't think I can... Maybe I... Can I? How did I get up there I think I... Oh, I must have gone this way. Maybe I went this... I don't remember. There's also this way that I could go up and through. And through there. But basically what we have to do is we have to get the Caterpillar CT-680, and then we have to get it up there. But we're going to need more repair points first. So that's a thing. Either that or I just kind of haul it all the way around. Which may not be the worst idea. So let's work on the CK-1500. Let's transport the CK-1500. We'll get something with more repair points later. Oh, you know what? Hold on. We should at least refuel it. Because fuel is at least something we have in abundance. All right, that we can at least kind of take care of. So let's get the little CK-1500, which I love that truck. That's a great truck. I believe that's a 90 because it's got the half-moon style gauges. And you'll see those in like a 1990 454 SS pickup truck, which I had one of those. Those are cool. 7.4 liters. Chevy Big Block. It's a party. And that's why I never use the maintenance thingy fuel tank on the truck. Yeah, pull the maintenance drill. Yeah, you're right. I was kind of not thinking... It was very short-sighted of me to kind of use the maintenance frame add-on. I should have just used the repair body, which has an infinitely larger supply of repair point available to it. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Still laid up. Turns out I have tendinitis and swelling is a nerve? Pinching a nerve. Oh, dude, that's rough. Which Pacific is it that has the long maintenance add-on? The Pacific... I don't know if the P12 has the long add-on, but the Azov 73210 and the Twin Steer 5600, I believe, can get the long maintenance body. But it doesn't really add too much in terms of fuel or repair point. Pinch nerve hurt? Yeah. Yeah, I do not envy you. Yeah, you are right on that. Where we were able to repair one vehicle fully, and it wasn't even all that beat up. But then when we went to repair the second vehicle, it kind of didn't work too well. But the nice thing about it is it does have both repair points and fuel. It just has a lot more fuel than anything else. Looks like we should be on, like, the fire department somewhere. Right, we should also figure out... Oh, whoa. Yeah, so I hope we don't have to repair this vehicle again. So, Loader, are you... Like, what do you got to do? Just bed rest or, like, just take care of things by just... How do you take care of that, buddy? At least mostly out of pain now, just pinches when sitting in chair. Okay. Did you tell the folks about YouTube? What about YouTube? It's a website. 14 months? Really? Well, good on you, Mr. General Disarray. It's raining? Oh, we do have a YouTube. And if you guys want to see any of the old episodes of anything that goes live on this channel, 5 in the morning, it is currently almost 8 p.m. here for us. And you said you're in India? That's wild, man. I really appreciate you hanging out. And thank you for finding the channel and asking questions. Because I genuinely enjoy any advice that one might need about this game. Oh, you want to talk about the Raven story time. So, Millie Heather is referring to a particular project that is kind of being worked on the sideline. So we have our regular Twitch thing here. We have our regular, games that we stream and stuff that we do. But I've been working on something kind of special, and it is going to be for... you weren't subbed to that one? Okay. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Okay. So we've got a reading of Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven. Right there. Where did my little Indiana Jones statue by my name go? Little Indiana Jones statue. I think it's because... So it changes. And... depending on how many months, it changes the color of it. Oh, it's back. Ignore. Okay, no problem, dude. Don't you worry. Indiana Jones statue. It's actually like this little Viking-looking thing, which, when it's so small like that, you really can't tell. Oh, did I just go the wrong way? Oh, I totally went the wrong way. I should have access to Diablo 2 now. I need to make sure that I get the... Can we go in from the backside here? I don't think that's going to work too effectively. I need to actually make sure I get the F-150. Who yo daddy is. Mr. General Disarray, you are a delightful human being. Signal the Bears! What is up, dude? How are you doing? What's going on? What's new? What's shaking? It is so good to see you. I hope you are well. I hope your other half is doing well as well. Check you guys up. Well, I mean, you don't have to be subbed to the YouTube. You can pop in periodically, check things out. That's where all of the stuff goes. Like if we're live on here and you're watching Forza with us and playing Forza with us, and you want to go back and you want to rewatch an episode of like Forza or SnowRunner or State of Decay 2, or you want to catch up on our episodes of, say, Skyrim, Fallout 4, you can go there and check that stuff out too. And usually new videos go up by like 11. It runs about like a couple weeks behind, so yeah, this truck does really, really good. Blazer Jake. What is going on? Just had half a second ad. Also, hi. Hello, how are you? Doing well. Same old caca. Been very busy with work. She's doing great as well. Both been addicted to Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. You're about 200 hours in. Diablo 4 tomorrow. Dude, awesome. Awesome, awesome. I will be I'm probably going to pick up Diablo 4. I probably will pick up Diablo 4. I didn't get the... I did not get the early access version of it, and I was away all weekend long. I was at a convention in upstate New York, and it was just one of the most fun experiences I've ever had. It was awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Entice more victims? Wow. That's kind of harsh. 15 months of storm is nothing. What's impressive is that means 15 months of dealing with me. Relic. Oh, man. What, Signal the Bears, did you play any of the beta testing stuff? I've been addicted to trying to get the perfect print on my new 3D. Ooh, what are you making? What are you making? That sounds like fun. Has been a pleasure for you. You're level... What are you level 50 in? Oh, you're level 50 already? In, Diablo? Wow, man, I'm just... Alright. Okay, so that stage is complete. We're going to recover this truck. We're going to get something different to do this with. We're definitely going to do something different. Follow him for 1 year, 2 months, and 23 minutes. We didn't get the big version either. We got COVID a couple weeks ago, which had us out of work a week such. So we had to buy the cheaper version. Okay. Yeah, I definitely didn't go because I didn't go with the big version because I wasn't going to be around this weekend, and it was a last minute thing too. So I'm kind of happy I didn't actually purchase the big version of it because it kind of would have not been able to be used. Mad Max, what class are you playing? And what class are you guys looking to play in Diablo 4? I played a Necromancer for the Server Slam. Diablo 4 is fully released in the States now. Ooh. Beta run number 2. I missed out on the Server Smash because it came out the same day that... Oh, that's right. You're a Necromancer as well. I can't count. That is 14. Okay. All right. So what do we want to use to transport that other truck that we want to use? Like, okay, let's check out what our off-road options are. Oh, crap. Hey, Ryan, thank you very much. Cheers to you, my friend. Arby, thank you very much for my... I read that, I saw that, and I was like, I got to do that, and then I got sidetracked. But thank you. I might try the Necromancer again. I think... But I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. Thank you. If I miss something, please, by all means, remind me. I don't want to be one of those people who just kind of like, you know, brushes it off, because everything you guys say is important to me, just as it is important to you. So, I'm sure the game is hiding far better gear than the pre-order. I watched the pre-order stuff, and I was just kind of like, I don't know. Ooh. Can we? I'm thinking... Absolutely. Absolutely. One of the things that we are here to do is just make sure that everyone is heard. Hey, Ryan. So this is a Tatra. This is the Tatra 805, and I believe this actually came with the... It came with the Tatra DLC pack. Hydrating you is purely selfish because if you're not hydrated, you don't stream. Well, if I hydrate too much, Wait a minute. What? I don't think I'm going to follow that to the logical conclusion that it's at. We're going to go off-road. Let me double check because I think that Tatra... So the Tatra 815 is... Or the 805. That's a DLC truck, yeah. That is from one of the DLC packs. But it's always obsolete very... games always make the pre-order stuff look cool, but it's always obsolete very quickly. So yeah, this is a Tatra 805. The Tatras have a very unique suspension system. Tatra is also one of the oldest truck companies out there. Okay, this has some good light on it too. So we've got these really giant gumbo muddy tires, and we're gonna see about making do with getting this little guy out there, because it's this goofy little vehicle and I'm all about it. Oh crap. It's going to be interesting on the road until we hit dirt. I've been so tied up with work, life, and Zelda, so I just haven't touched Twitch. Tend to forget Twitch exists sometimes, not going to lie. I almost went live with Zelda last week. I mean, nobody's saying you can't, dude. That's for sure. You made a clay hot dog, but not a sandwich yet, adding to the list. Oh, that's too funny. That is too funny. You just ate sandwiches? What kind of sandwiches do you have? Like, what do you enjoy eating in your part of the world? I'm very curious, because you said you're from India, so I don't know if we have a lot of viewers from India, actually. Trying to keep this thing in the straight line, not so much. Also have done the pizza, pick spammed in art. Okay. Ham and cheese. What is a plowman? What's a plowman's? Italian sausage and onion pizza is currently digesting. Ooh, that's really good. The food here is totally different. Yes, I would absolutely imagine that. I can't even begin to imagine, like, what the regular, like, even going to, like, Canada or the UK, at food and culture and cuisine is always different. It's full of spices. I like tikka masala. I like chicken tikka masala or vindaloo. I really enjoy it. We have an Indian food truck called the Tandoori on Wheels. You're a vegetarian? Okay. So you do a lot more like potatoes and vegetables in the foods that you eat. I like garlic naan. Garlic naan is wonderful. All right, this is going to be a goofy adventure with this van. I'm very excited for it, because this is probably the absolute, completely not correct vehicle to be using for our task. Oh, that's so good. I love... Oh, yeah. So, I forget how naan is actually, like, cooked. I always forget. Also try aloo, potato. Oh, okay. I haven't gone to an Indian restaurant in quite some time, and I really need to, because I love Indian food. It's so good. Emily is pickling her own cucumbers. Pickle soon. I'm 45 years old, and I have no idea why I've never thought about making my own pickles. She's making a batch of sweet and another of spicy. Dude, that's got to be fantastic. You let me know how that stuff is. Using this little thing to tow might be... I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to definitely give it a shot. Garlic naan and roasted red pepper hummus. Yeah. Also try kadahi paneer, Indian cheese with your favorite naan. Okay. We'll do a couple more days until... Oh, yeah. Absolutely let me know how they turn out, because that sounds really good. Now, do you see how the tires on this vehicle, see how it actually... The tires swing up and down like this, and it's... When there's weight off of it, the vehicle lifts and the tires drop down like this, but when there's weight on it, the tires swing out like that. Tatra has a very specific suspension system exclusive to their vehicles. They use this backbone system that the drivetrain actually passes through, and at each juncture where an axle would be, there is a differential inside of that backbone tube. Might inspire you to make some pickled onions. That sounds really good too. And the korma curry, super mild, creamy coconut. Of course, that's British Indian curries. Oh, that's awesome. But the Tatra suspension is very unique to Tatra. And if you ever watch Mad Max Fury Road, believe it or not, the War Rig is based on a Tatra truck. And when you see the underside and undercarriage of the vehicle, and they've got that long tube chassis, that's the drivetrain, and that tube actually protects the entire driveline. Onion, bahi, samosas. That food is from your neighboring country, Pakistan. Oh, samosas. You lit up on that one. Aloo saag is like slightly spicy potato type thing. Man, you're just saying all the words and I have no idea. IHH 189374. Well, you know, I don't know exactly what to call you, but I'll call you IHH. What is going on? How are you? You guys know everything. I know nothing. I know absolutely nothing. I'm just here along for the ride, man. It's not authentic because it's the British version, but it's good. Miss my parents' home. My mother cooks aloo saag so good. You know, is there nothing better than like a good home cooked meal by your folks? All right. Let's get this little guy going. I don't know how this is gonna really end up working out. Lasagna. Fancy flugel coming in with lasagna. Lasagna is a very hearty, very filling. That's like all Italian right there, my friend. I usually get takeaway, and usually it's Indian or Pakistani, Bangladeshi folks cooking it. Fancy flugel. Have you tried paneer? Favorite korma is Bangladeshi takeaway. This is going to be an interesting little situation. You know what? Hey, Ryan, you have definitely inspired me. The next time I plan to go out to dinner at some point in time, I realistically probably should have gone out to eat this afternoon, but I was just so tired. And I was actually kind of dozing, like right up until a half an hour before stream. And it probably did more harm than good because I was just like, woke up and totally out of my brain. Try Kadai Panner with your naan. Okay. Oh, you know what we got to do? We have to select bad accent. So we have to go all the way over here. We have to get to this thing. Could you Discord me your Blizzard info for DI? Yes, I will. Because I have to remember it, actually. I totally don't remember what my I need to make a list with all of my gaming socials on them. I'm awful about that. And it's vegetarian. Okay. I like I tend to like chicken more than I like a lot of the lamb or the goat or like beef, or although salmon tikka masala, I've had that and that was phenomenal. Lasagna, eh? Ziti, though, I'll eat till I'm in a food oh. Ziti, I like angel hair pasta. I'm a big, big fan of just regular old angel hair pasta with some nice hearty tomato sauce, like big chunks in it, you know, that kind of stuff. What about a smoked salmon? Well, you can do like the lox and cream cheese kind of thing. churning it up right there. The Blizzard website lets you log in with your console, Xbox, PlayStation credentials. Much easier to find out the exact login info. I need to figure out. I can't remember. Oh man. Oh no. You know what I have? I think I have the Blizzard. This thing doesn't want to drive straight. I have the Blizzard app on my phone. Angel Nest Pasta. That sounds good. You want a fat Indian takeaway now, but I'm going camping from tomorrow and won't be near my favorite takeaway when it's open. That's too bad. Okay, primarily it's because we're just bouncing around all over the place on pavement with these giant meaty tires. We're just going to Tokyo drift our way. Too Fast, Too Furious style. Or is it Fast and... Wait, no. It's not Too Fast, Too Furious. It's like 3 Fast, 3 Furious. Tokyo Drift. Whee! I am all over the place with this thing. It is nigh uncontrollable, and I'm having a blast with that. I think your truck's alignment is off. No, it's because I'm actually driving on pavement, so these giant off-road tires are really not working out so well. Have to get some sleep. Have a great stream, everyone. Arby, dude, take care of yourself. Thank you for coming on by. Mr. Han, yes, he's awesome in that. And the kid, the main actor, is actually he's pretty good. He's not a kid anymore, but I thought he was actually really good in that. Even with a wheel that truck is all over, yeah, because the short wheelbase, the way that the suspension is set up, it is hilariously comical. Cars. Big, meaty tires. You are correct. Big meats. Wide tires. My Camaro has some substantially large tires in the back end. I think they're, what are they, 285s? They're either like 285s or 295s, something like that. See, it tackles the off-road terrain significantly better than it does the pavement over here. Captain Dongas. Thank you very much for the follow right there. A lovely cafe just opened across the street from me, and I'm in trouble because the sweet lady running it makes the best chocolate croissant. Oh, like, are we talking chocolate drizzled on it or chocolate filled? Like, what are we saying? Mountain Lion, dude, we did absolutely say some SnowRunner, man. We are doing SnowRunner, even though I am tired beyond words. Both. Oh. Dunkin' Donuts had those for a while, and it was just like... I always forget my Blizzard info, so it lets me log in with my Xbox account. Then going into account info, so you can... Yeah, I will shoot you the information. I will... Just my luck, we refuse to respawn the trucks. As always, my friend got himself stuck in one of the maps again, so I go to save him, and he gets stuck. Go with another truck to save both of them. I flipped. So I was doing really well, and I got the truck stuck on a signpost. The signpost jammed itself into the front of... Okay, so we have to finish repairing this thing. Oh, and you DM me Plowmans. Okay. Who will blame me? What is going on, my friend? I hope you are well this evening. Bad accident. Start trekking. Yeah. So we're going to repair this guy. Not from the roof rack, but this has 500 repair points. Smacks air horn. That was a truck horn. Yes, it was. Okay. So that is fully repaired. Absolutely fully repaired. Oh, man. Whatever piles and pictures of food. Love the new Zix with its fuel bed. Oh, the 612. So how have your weeks been, everyone? My weekend was awesome. What soft drink? I have been trying to significantly cut back on soft drinks, but I have this stuff that I got from Amazon, and it's carbonated, but it only has 10 calories in it, and it is sugar-free. You like Mountain Dew? The only Mountain Dew that I think is really, really, really good was Pitch Black. Mountain Dew Pitch Black was my favorite. I love that stuff. That stuff was absolutely amazing. So we have to plan our route. And this is where it's going to get kind of interesting. I sort of think that we might be able to actually travel up there. So why don't we see about doing that? You drink cherry Pepsi Max sometimes, not often though, mostly water, but I drink a lot of energy drinks. I had a grape NOS and it was so good. I haven't had one of those in forever, and I got to tell you, it was. Ooh, we're kind of stuck on a wheel. Random. I have recently discovered a new band. Well, new to me. They're squeezing themselves into being one of my favorite bands of the newer era. The band is called. Oh, you like Sleep Token, do you? My youngest brother likes Sleep Token, and I think he's actually going to go see. I think they're playing in Massachusetts somewhere. I can't remember. All right. So we're going to turn on the engine to this truck to make it a little bit easier to haul this thing around. Mark, what is going on? How are you doing? We're taking a comically small vehicle to tow the Caterpillar CT680. So the little Tatra 805, and we're just kind of goofing around. So it's good. Mind-blowing. They're so good. Yeah, Sleep Token, and there was another one that I actually I thought was pretty good as well. Sold up later. There he is, J Stu coming in. What's the other one? Not Candlebox. What's the other one you always tell me about that I always forget about? You got Metal Gear Rising last week, meaning I fought Senator Armstrong and am a true gamer now. Well, there you go. Once I overdosed energy drink, after that, yeah. Energy drinks, usually I'm really not a big fan of, but because I was driving several hours and my leg of the drive was about 5.5 hours to 6 hours long, they also sold out Wembley Stadium in London in like half an hour. All right, then. But yeah, if you guys want more SnowRunner content, go check out Mark. Very good dude from Maine. That, however, is Sea of Thieves, but last seen playing SnowRunner. Have a soda instead of an energy drink, less liking to give you a heart attack. Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. You can't put on autopilot and take a nap. I would love to put on autopilot and take a nap. The primary reason I went along was because of the fact that it was... Well, my friend was coming. Actually, so my friend is up in Maine, and his total drive time was probably 8.5 hours. So my 5.5 hours looked kind of tame in comparison to his, and it just, yeah, that was brutal. Stephen King, exact. Well, not that far up. Stephen King is like way up in Maine. Go find Derry, Maine on the map. Stephen King's awesome, though. I love Stephen King. We were actually having great discussions about Stephen King. Twisted Bliss! It is going quite well. How are you? Yeah, I'm here today. I am tired. I've had very little sleep over the weekend because I had one of the most amazing, incredible weekends in probably a long time. Oh, this thing is like stuck. The liquids I partake are in our water, coffee, wine, and beer. That's it. I like coffee. I'm a huge... He has a Camp 2 Towns. Yeah. That's... Have you ever bumped into him? Have you ever just randomly bumped into him? Found an audiobook, and it was reviewed by Stephen King, so I thought, well, this is probably good, and guess what? It was set in Maine. Yeah, a lot of his stuff and a lot of stuff that he likes is also set in Maine. Don't make me bonk you to sleep. Oh, dude, I will not even have an issue with the bonking. Signal the bears. Thank you very much for that. I greatly appreciate that. And I really, really appreciate your support and everything. Thank you. You guys rock. You know that, right? So, the first night, the rain was incredible. Like, we could not see with the amount of rain that was falling. And the lightning essentially burned itself into your retinas. That's how much lightning just it was something else entirely. Oop, that's gonna leave a mark. There we go. He used to go into a sandwich shop all the time in my town. He actually used to live here at one. Oh, cool. Very cool. I would love a sandwich right now. Not gonna lie. I would love like a roast beef or a cold cut sandwich. That would be so good right now. All right, how do we get out of here? Get out of here? Way? We get out of here somewhere. Moving back to New England in a year? Really? You are? Dude, that's awesome. We'll see it in a minute. What's what? Damages. Oh, yeah. Oh, he definitely did. Anyone seen AI Sponge? What's that? All right, so we are going to try to make it up there. We hope to. We are pretty dead set on it because... but Concord, New Hampshire, dude, if you make it up to Concord, New Hampshire, if you make it up to New England again, we're getting together. Hands down, we're getting together. The rain this weekend was crazy. The Friday storm blew my modem and my... Oh, dude. The amount of lightning that we experienced was just, like, mind-shattering. I will be moving to Canada next year for my master's. Really? Awesome, dude. Have you traveled much? Have you... like, been out of the country, traveled around? I've not traveled a lot. This is actually my first time in upstate New York. It is stuck on a rock. First time? Awesome. Yeah, we are all on these rocks right here, which are not exactly helping. Let's see if we can't get a better approach angle, I guess. Yeah, this was a bad idea. This is not the best idea. Oh, it's so funny. Oh. Yeah, so it definitely hitting some of these rocks right there, but then it hits like one of them, and it's just dead stopped. Drop a gear and floor it. I want to say that actually kind of works, but it really doesn't in this game. There we go. See, it was all about getting over that first rock right there. You kind of can. So the only thing is, I don't think the winch on this particular truck is strong enough to really pull it.
I can bike! Does that feel good? Yeah.
Oh yeah, here we go. And it's the rocks that are hanging us up. That's basically the only thing. So if we can get it up and over the rocks, we're kind of good. But it's doing it. Oh yeah. Mr. General Disarray, you're not wrong, dude. So we got to get up over this way. Go. Oh, hell yeah. This is doing awesome. This is fun. This is a lot of fun. So these wheels are actually probably smaller in diameter than the ones on the truck behind me that I'm towing. And I have this winch cable set up, but the only thing it's doing is... all right, I just remembered, was watching the rest of your Memorial Day stream and noticed a point where you had to recover your truck because a sign got stuck in it. I learned accidentally that when that happens and it threatens to yeet your truck all over the road, you can change trucks or move to the garage and then go back to the truck that had the stuck sign. And 99% of the time, the sign will be gone and you can move freely. Haven't had it not work. Really? I did not realize that. That's actually kind of cool. And thank you for that little tip, because that's pretty awesome. All right, let's try to work around this way over here. Try the Mastodon this weekend. You were not kidding about the turning rate. Yes. The turning radius on that, I think the Navistar, the MV5000, actually has a better turning radius than the Mastodon has. The turning radius on that thing is just... The only way to fix the stuck sign is... Yeah. We can leave the trucks. Yes. Yep. You can... So if I wanted to, I could easily just go global map and then hit move to garage, and it'll instantly put me right back in the garage. So that way, all of my trucks are still out there, and I can bring something else out after it, or I can pull up the map, and if there's any trucks that are listed up here, I can use that and transfer right to them. So there is a lot of stuff that the game doesn't explicitly explain to you, and it's always good to ask questions and get little tips and things like that. My wife bought Sniper Elite 5 on sale on Steam so we can play co-op. I guess I'm all out of excuses. I have many clips of signs launching me into the next time zone. Yeah, they do that. They will absolutely shatter what this game has for a physics engine and launch the vehicle. Yeah, the game does not do a very good. So now we can go back over to this map, and right from this one right here, we can actually just go Tatra 805. There we go. But yeah, Twisted Bliss, you are 100% correct. Mark 420, you are 100% on point, because it will launch you into orbit, and then it just becomes a mess. We just got to be careful that we don't tip over. Kind of. All right, so we'll park up there. Yep. We'll park up here. We will attach the winch right here. And then we'll just kind of start. Oh, we got to turn the engine on, so. There we go. And the indestructible ironwood, yes. Yes. That started in Lake Cove, where you started having trees that were just impossible to drive over, or, you know, it would have created a situation where you could drive through, like forests and stuff like that, just laying stuff over and smashing stuff, and just generally making an obnoxious mess out of things. I wonder how this is going to do... Oh, crap. Kind of going up here. All right. And go through here. We've also got some rocks that are in the way right there. We want to go... Yeah, so we're going to go straight on through here, and then we're going to bank over here. We need to go pick up... Bad accident. Start tracking this again. Went through a fence in the glades, and all the poles from the fence stuck straight out the nose of my truck like a dog that got too curious about a porcupine, and then I was sent into orbit. Yeah, it's... So if you see how there's not a lot of suspension travel to it, and it's going to bounce a lot. It's going to bounce because the tires are like these little balloon-style tires. They're great in mud, but they have a tendency to really bounce quite a bit in different different situations. Trucks that have larger tires effectively drive over a lot of these rocks without bouncing. Can't wait to do some logging tomorrow. Said no. Logging in this game was really made to just become tedious. So that's why the truck behind me, you can see it basically driving over a lot of the obstacles that this truck bounces over. Well, maybe except for, like, that rock right there and stuff. But it's fun. It's a lot of fun. I had a boat trailer send me so high, my camera view changed to... Oh, man. All right, so we just got to make sure that we're not going to catch on any of the trees. Okay. Uh-oh. Yeah, you know that thing that I said to look out for, that we're going to not catch on any of the trees? Yeah, we totally did that. Now I got to try to extricate this thing because we didn't make the turn kind of... All right, let's try to... Yeah, see, there we go. There we go. Accurate, especially when the log stations are limited. Oh, that's the worst. When they don't have enough of the cargo that you need. Actually, since getting the Forester, I don't mind. I love the Forester. The Aramatsu Forester actually makes logging, I wouldn't say enjoyable, but it makes it bearable. Like, it's very good at what it does, so it works well. Love that thing for medium and short logs. Absolutely right. I was just using the Aramatsu Forester. We made 2 trips, and we transported all of the burned logs. Oh, we're running out of fuel. So when your vehicle starts to run out of fuel, see how we have like 6 liters right there? So we're going to refuel from our roof rack. Oh, what do we do? Refuel from the roof rack into the Tatra. Oh, the Caterpillar. Oh, we have to... Oh. Okay. We may have to completely refuel this thing. Level 2 for logging. It's just so... It's slow. Yes. It's slow, and you can't go through any of the... Like, any of the water features at all. Oh, that's some fuel right there. Scout fuel carrier to that. And then we go... Fill this bad boy up. Not really in a hurry. There's nothing at the end of this game. Oh, man. Okay. So all we have to do is finish the repair on this truck. And then we just refuel it. Oh, nope. Wrong way. All right, turn off the engine on the winch truck so it stops pulling down fuel. You pull it with the Azov. I love... So it's great because some of the trucks, if you see that this truck actually has some, like, roof bins, that's fuel and repair points. And you don't have to worry about running out. Okay, and there we go. It's not easy at all, but you did it. But you did take it. You rightfully deserve it. All right. So, yeah. That worked out quite well. Okay. Yeah, so... Actually, let me see if I can, Let me see if I can kind of transfer fuel between these two here, because that's a scout fuel trailer, and that's also useful to have. So refueled scout fuel trailer. All right, perfect. Delivered to water tower under repair. Consumables. 1 unit of consumables. What's abandoned trailer? Service spare parts all the way over here. Okay, let's get 2 service spare parts. That should be reasonably easy to do. Trailer looks cute. Yeah, it actually holds 900 liters of fuel, believe it or not. This is a neat little camp area up here that we had discovered, and it's like this little tiny community off in the very corner of the map. There's like almost nothing up here. Yep, 900 liters is actually a decent amount of fuel, and you just need to be able to pull a scout trailer. There's this little guy right over here. That's the Freightliner 114 SD. Yeah, Freightliner 114. So we have to get... Actually, which one am I going to do? I want to do abandoned trailer. So deliver to the house, then deliver to the house the curtain side trailer. That's all the way over there. The warehouse is there. Actually, that's not too bad. So the house in the northeast is all the way over there. We can do that. That's why those scout fuel trailers are always on the front. Yes, you can actually, with the larger trailers in this game, they added a system where you can pack, when you pack cargo, you strap it down. You can actually pack a vehicle to a trailer so it doesn't fall off. It's actually a really cool system. I've been picking away at Ontario. Like it's been a slow but sure kind of, we take it at a relaxed pace. I've done like all the other DLC stuff, but there's stuff that's here and there that I need to go and I need to finish up and clean up and stuff like that too. But I mean, for me personally, I'm in no rush and I enjoy the hell out of this game, and I really like sharing this game with so many other people out there. It's genuinely enjoyable to me. Oh, you know what? Millie Heather, did we post the link to the video? I forget if we did. Can't remember if we did. So that side project we were talking about that Millie Heather had brought up, that's it right there. And that is that is a link to The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe as read by yours truly. So I love doing that. And that is kind of the new format for doing some YouTube videos, for doing like horror short stories or different chapters of stuff that's like public domain, so it's copyright free, and we can read all of this stuff. All right, so abandoned trailer. Let's do this one. This will actually be a lot of fun. So the warehouse over there. That's that one over there. So we need to go to this one over here and then hit that one over there. Now I kind of feel sleepy. I was up all night. Well, get yourself some rest, dude. Packed a scout truck on the bed trailer of a big truck, went through a gateway to the next map, and the back tires of the scout went through the truck's flatbed and was stuck like that. Would not unstick. SnowRunner physics make me die. You're not wrong. It does some really weird stuff, and it's really kind of frustrating. All right, so we're going to recover this bad boy back to the garage. I had an issue where the twin steer I was transporting a twin steer to a certain point, and it became stuck on a guardrail. And when I say stuck on a guardrail, it didn't just slide up onto the top of the guardrail. It became somehow genetically meshed together on a molecular level. Storm, good night, and everyone, thanks for the stream. Buenas noches, everyone. See you tomorrow. Nika Fernandez, take care of yourself, my friend. Be good. We will talk to you again soon. And guys, if you're not following Nika Fernandez, you absolutely should be. There's another wonderful individual who plays SnowRunner and also was actually playing SnowRunner early. Become one guardrail. Yes. Was actually playing SnowRunner earlier today. I didn't have a chance to watch the stream, but I definitely enjoy watching your streams. That's the newest DLC truck right here too. That's the Mastodon, which is the Zix 612H. It is a massive, massive vehicle. That is what I call the teleporter accident merger. Yeah. Actually, what size? This actually, you know what? Should also go get some sleep. Good night, everyone. Hey, Ryan, thank you very much for coming along with us, and thank you for hanging out for as long as you did this evening. That pixel block of doom is still in a washout. I pushed my luck, got too close, and crashed the game to the point I had to hard restart. Ooh. That's rough. That's very rough. Absolutely. Anytime. Anytime. Take care of yourself. Have a great night. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll probably be playing midstream today. Ugh, that's a bummer. Okay, so the truck that I want to do is challenge to a duel with a buy-in of 0 type accept or decline within 50 seconds. So let's see. Okay. Type accept. So I have accepted your duel, Millie Heather. I have no idea. I don't know how any of this stuff works. What do I want to do? I want to do an off-road truck. I want a particular off-road truck. It's not going to be the best off-road truck, but it's going to be a... you know what? This one's pretty good. The Pike? It's actually really good. Aha! I've won! Good old SnowRunner. The main washouts. Ugh. That's so weird that that it's doing that. So the fuel selected add-on has conflict with installed tall filter from category snorkel. Okay, we're not going to worry about that. So the sideboard bed. Does this take 2 cargo or 1 cargo? Regular size sideboard, semi-trailer, nothing fancy, but it's light and gets the job done. Let's go. That should take 2 units of cargo, I want to say. This one came from the Belazursk Blades. If you decline, do I win by default? I have no idea. Oh, I missed it. All right. Let's see if I can actually put 2 units of cargo in the back of this, because I want to do that. The buy-in of 5? Oh, that's how you do it. Okay. That's pretty cool. There's all kinds of goofy stuff that you can do with that. You're a smart cookie. Oh, ooh, something with, oh crap. I would like something with coconut. Like, what are those shortbread cookies that have, like, coconut in them? Kind of make myself hungry. I should actually have food at some point, too. So there's that. Corn is respectable. Not great. All right, so this is going to... Okay, so this will, in fact... All right. This will, in fact, take that much cargo. Okay. So this works because we need... Oh, wrong one. Fight Club. All right. Abandoned trailer. So we need to get 2 service spare parts from this warehouse there, which has exactly 2 service spare parts. And that stuff's got to go all the way up there. So we have to get the trailer from over here. And then somehow... Oh, wow, that's all the way over here. So that's down the like, complete opposite end. So we'll figure it out. Oh, Millie Heather. There we go. All right. I haven't used this truck a lot because it was contained in Belazursk Glades. And it does have additional fuel on it. It does have... I think it's got some repair points and stuff like that, too. So we'll be good. You can dance if you want to. Was that the safety dance? All the stream avatars just start doing the safety dance. Boop, boop, beep, beep, boop, boop, beep, beep. Oh man, that would be funny. That would be hysterical, actually. Yours is the caterpillar. What was that children's book? The Hungry Caterpillar? It starts doing the worm. Man, if that turned into like a if a disco ball descended from the very top of the stream and things just started going kind of bonkers and stuff like that. Right. Disco. I don't think there's a command for that. Although, I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility. Gives me ideas. Oh, crap. Do we have spare tires? Okay, we do have a spare wheel, so that's good. So we'll get the service spare parts from the warehouse, then we'll go pick up the trailer, loop back around, and start heading towards the direction of... I think it's the farm that gets it, where we picked up all the hay bales and stuff like that. What? Okay, so I'm looking at this, and there is 2 ways. It's either hills have toes or hill shave toes. I don't know which way that direction goes, but welcome on in, Raiders. How are you this evening? I am the ever delightful, or at least I think delightful, and I certainly hope you guys think delightful as well. I am Storm of Iron. This is my little corner of the internet. Welcome on in. I hope you're good. I have way too many people on sub 2 with dance emotes. You have all of the dance emotes. I think I saw a page with a handprint with the phrase, "We know, send help. I'm in a cabin." What's going on? How are you this evening? We are here playing SnowRunner. What on earth were you playing? That is like the best Twitch name. You were last seen playing SnowRunner. Well, what do you know? But that right there is some Sea of Thieves. Everybody seems to like Sea of Thieves. I really need to, one of these days, sit down and have a good time and play some Sea of Thieves. Chances are I'm probably going to try to con Vlad into, like, being my guardian Sherpa to show me the way how not to die instantly in that game. Because chances are I'm probably going to bite it. Horrifically so. All of the dancing emotes. That's so funny, though. They're all just kind of like bopping and grooving and having a good time. We need a disco ball. I think that is going to be probably one of those things that I'm going to have to investigate. And thank you for that, Millie Heather. That's a genius idea. My God. Okay. But ooh, we get rain tomorrow. That's unfortunate. All right. So where are we on the map? Let's make sure that we actually pick out the right Millie Heather. Yes, indeed. Okay, so start tracking. So the service spare parts that we want are, of course, not where we are near. Thank you very much, my friend. All right. Let's keep on keeping on. Which means we have to go from here over to here to get this over here. It's right there. All right. Headlights on. Do we have beacons for safety? No, we don't. We don't have beacons for safety. Don't say that. I'm dreading that we've had 2 weeks of heat and Download Fest is going to get washed out, even though the weatherman says not. How close is that? You're like right around the corner from that, right? Is this the right road? Yeah, this is the right road. And we're just going to follow this. We're going to take this all the way through to here. 2 or 3 hours? Oh, it's Fortnite? And be as bad as the as to be fudged up like slam dunk. How are you doing, my friend? Year before was almost biblical. If you had seen the rain, and Mark 420 up there, Hills Have Toes! Thank you so much for the follow. I greatly appreciate that. And thank you for the raid as well. Yes, the ever amiable, ever delightful Fortnite has decided to grace us with his presence. Doing well, been lurking here for a hot minute. Awesome. I greatly appreciate you coming by, hanging out. I had an amazing weekend, and I have to tell you again, everybody, about my amazing weekend. And oh crap, the fact that that's right, you were playing Bolt Gun. You're playing Warhammer 40k Bolt Gun, which I think I'm definitely going to have to pick up because the more I watch people play that game, the cooler it starts to look. And I didn't think it was going to be as good as it as it is. 2021 was so muddy and floody, I couldn't take my waterproofs off the whole week. Only time was getting into bed. DVD clip, that must be old. I was covered in a rash from wearing plastic for a week. That would not be a rash as much as you would have like the beginnings of like trench foot or swamp foot, or like a fungal infection that was starting because you kept your feet moist. All right, so we're gonna cruise right along here. But yeah, I went to a convention out in upstate New York. It was called Intergalacticon. I met from the original Star Wars movies a bunch of individuals who had played mostly Ewoks. And it was so fantastic to meet all of these people. There were also a bunch of other characters there. We had Tuvok, Tim Russ, who was in Star Trek Voyager. Tracy Coco, who played Lieutenant J from The Next Generation. We had the Will and Holly from Land of the Lost. Slam Dunk's traffic was terrible. Most people missed half of the first day, sent on a wild goose chase on parking, and when they got there, logistics for water was terrible. No shade on the hottest weekend so far, and then people were stuck in 3/4 hours of traffic just to get out of the car park. Oh my God. I've been in situations where there has been so much traffic, unbelievable. Had to stop playing and streaming due to family drama, unfortunately. Ah, that is unfortunate. Are you enjoying SnowRunner, however? SnowRunner is a wonderful game, and I truly enjoy it. And thank you for the raid. And is it Hills Have Toes or Hill Shave Toes? I'm curious. It could go either way. And I have no problem with either way. You love Bolt Gun if you haven't played. I do need to get it. I really do need to get it. I love the old school aesthetic, but the fact that you can jump in that as well is kind of huge. I met some amazing people this weekend, though. I met some wonderful people, made some great friends. Hills Have Toes, and yes, my buddy bought me most of the DLCs the other day. Fantastic. Are you new to SnowRunner? Have you been playing the base game? I know it's available on Game Pass. But I love SnowRunner. This is the most recent DLC. This is Ontario, Canada. We're just driving oot to boot, putting out fires, being awesome, things like that, you know. No, we rock up hours before the gates open, and queue at the gate, and it's like download starts in the queue. Folks are chill. The organization, though, it's all the nun. Wow, I am not reading that properly. So you've only been playing for a few months. I'm on Tamir. Tamir is fun. Personally, I still think that Black River or Michigan is a great map. Alaska's a great map. There's so much awesome stuff. I went to a spooky market this weekend with the lady wife. It was a load of alternative things. Got a bit of art and some rings that I think... Oh, dude, I will have to check that out. Speaking of art, what did I get? I got a signed print from Will and Holly from Land of the Lost. I got a picture. There's a bunch of pictures that I just put up on... awesome. I will check that out. I will definitely check that out. My home state is Maine, so I did a little bit of the one, but haven't finished it. Maine is a difficult DLC if you don't have the right trucks for it, because there's a lot of water and washout. And it's actually funny because, yeah, Mark 420 is also a Maine local as well, who is also playing the Maine map. So I think that's fantastic. So Hilo is jelly of your alternative spooky store that you went to. And it's funny too, because my friend who I rode with to the convention to upstate New York is actually from Maine as well. Used to live in Maine. You're in Ohio now. Okay. We have people who live in Ohio too. Service spare parts 1, 2. Okay. I'm gonna check this out. I lived in Holton. How far up in Maine is that? That sounds like it's like way far up there. Guy who sold me the rings reminded me of you, though, and he gave me a little discount. Dude, that's awesome. Holton's up there? Oh, dude! That's cool. People live in Ohio? They do, oddly enough. All right, Court Knight, I am going to send you some of the coolest pictures that I have from the weekend. I went to Tech College in Presque Isle. All right, Court Knight, you get images coming in. Oddly enough. The Ohioans are drawn to this stream. It's true, they are. I'll have to cover it for you in September. Did he also have the face of the Christ? He did. It's a good college. Never went myself, though. All right, so we have to go... Where do we have to go? I don't even know where I'm going. So, abandoned trailer. So we have to deliver the part. Oh, wait, no. So we have to deliver both, but the trailer that I want to get. All right. Okay. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna mark our route because we tried to do this once before and we totally, absolutely just gummed it all up. But that's just me because that's how we play this game. Us Michiganders have to deal with those Ohioan monsters on the border. Court night, right? So, Susanna was one of the Jawas in, The Mandalorian. Hey, Big Mac, what is going on? I have to live where the Ohioans vacation in Michigan, the Irish Hills. That's funny. So, yeah, she was one of the Jawas in The Mandalorian. And also, the guy who looks like Obi-Wan is Obi-Wan's stand-in because he looks so much like Obi-Wan. And he actually shows up in a bunch of the scenes in Obi-Wan as like some of the aliens and masked characters and stuff like that. So he was a super nice guy. His name is Warren Proul, and that the other woman is Susanna Malik, and there was the original Holly and Will from Land of the Lost, which I remember that show once upon a time back in the day, and I don't think I remember seeing it in reruns. I'd never seen the actual show itself. So, funny thing, I'm hoping to spend most of September in Glasgow. Oh, come on. We gotta keep on going. It was so much fun. I spent most of the time OG Land. Yes. Yes. Mark. Yes. Are you on our Discord, Mark? If you're not on our Discord, I believe I put hold on. Also, I spent some time with Gigi Edgley, who was Chiana from Farscape. We know Gigi Edgley here. I'm gonna try and go to a lot more events. Dude, this was last minute. Already been to more this year than I have in the past 5. This was an adventure that I stopped to think about for a handful of moments. It was Tuesday. My buddy, who is an artist, Davis Arts, and I'll try to find his link in a moment here. He hit me up and was like, "Hey, I'm coming from Maine. It's like an 8.5-hour drive for me to get where I need to go. Would you be interested in coming along with me and doing some co-pilot duty?" I was like, "Yes, let's do it. It sounds like an adventure." So we went out there, and he introduced me to Susanna, who he actually went to a convention not that long ago, and he originally had met a couple of these people. A lot of these folks were from the UK. They were some of the original Ewoks. There were some of the original characters there. It was so much fun. It was unbelievably fun. I met Tracy Coco, who was Lieutenant J from Star Trek The Next Generation, Tim Russ from Voyager. Like, I had an amazing time. The Will and Holly from Land of the Lost were two of the nicest people, and they were unbelievably wonderful individuals. Like, I cannot say enough good things about all of the people that I met. I think most of those actors who played the little critters in Star Wars were Arsenal football team fans. Interesting enough. Yeah, it was great, because they will never Ewok alone. They played a lot of the Ewoks, and I ended up... So, for whatever reason, one of the women who played one of the original Ewoks had... All right, so let's attach the winch to here and just start dragging this thing out for first. You're awful. You're all awful. So her husband actually kept on coming over to the table because we were right beside Susanna Malik, who played the Jawa. If I get the team wrong, I'm sorry. Not a footy fan. I don't know what any of this is, but I know that it's like a comment that you made that like I'm gonna have to sit here and go, why? Come on, let's try to get this bad boy out. So, Bill Blair, who holds the 2014 Guinness Book of World Records title for most prosthetics worn while portraying aliens in like the Babylon 5 and Star Trek franchise. That dude was there. He was super friendly. But yeah, Gigi Edgley. There was just so many cool people. So many cool people. I met some wonderful individuals. But yeah, the woman who played an Ewok, her husband kept on coming over to Susanna's table, and he would have like little stories. And am I by myself? Yeah, this is single player at the moment. Summer solstice very soon, almost entirely light out at 3 a.m. I don't think I could do that. Can we not? How can we not try to get this from a different angle over here? Yeah, there we go. Oop. And then it rolls that way. I mean, the other end is being almost entirely dark at 3 p.m. Yeah, we get a lot of the dark. We don't get it as dark by 3 p.m. as like you would, but it's still like ridiculously depressing is what it is. New England definitely does have a lot of the goofy time stuff that happens, and it's kind of annoying. I would like regular hours. I also hate daylight savings time. That is just a travesty unto itself. All right, so let's pop this thing up. Oop. There we go. Wouldn't really mind being dark all the time, but I couldn't do the dark all the time. I definitely need some daylight. I definitely need some daylight. There we go. Attach the trailer. Off and running. Running, and running. Yeah, daylight savings needs to go. It's an hour, but it is such a toll on your person that it's misery induced. It really is. Actually, can we go this way? Like if I decide to follow this to its natural conclusion, like we could go over here, go down here, down. I mean, it's an option. Because the other option is turn around and go all the way back and over this way. So we're legitimately on the opposite. You know what? To hell with it. Let's engage in our daring sense of adventure and proceed to goof about. Not to mention the impact on all the beings who rely on humans but can't tell time themselves. Yes, because it absolutely, completely changes everything for them. Also, I realize that it is past 9 o'clock. I do kind of have to, let's see. Let's figure this out. Let's see what we're going to do. Let's get to a point where we can just find like a little scenic patch. Suddenly the cows are milked at another time. They don't like that. that reminds me of like Meet the Parents, where they're sitting at the dinner table and they're talking about milking, and it's like, wow. Hopefully we have enough fuel to see through to the end too. So what did I watch? I watched, as I was flipping through, I have nipples, Greg. Can you milk me? Exactly. You know exactly what the quote was. Oh, it's so funny. It's so funny. That was a great movie. I, however, rewatched The Void earlier. You just typed that too. I rewatched The Void earlier today, and I forgot how amazing that movie is, and just how weird and bizarre and strange and like so alien. It's phenomenal though. It's one of those wonderful movies where not much is explained, but that's probably one of its greater strengths. Yeah. So we have to get across here. We can do that. You were gonna, but decided not to. Oh, you guys are too funny. You guys are just way too funny. So, let's see. Let's make it across. Let's get ourselves across. But yeah, I cannot begin to tell you how amazing my weekend was. And the people that I met were so genuinely nice. They were wonderful to talk to. They wanted to tell stories as much as they wanted to listen to stories. And it was one of the coolest things that I've ever seen. If you have ever had an opportunity to check out these guys who do the 501st, which are the Star Wars sanctioned cosplayers and stuff like that, they do some great stuff, and they are genuinely nice human beings. We were engaging with them and talking to them all weekend long, and it was so much fun. They do charity work, and a lot of the guys that we talked to had actually traveled from Canada. And at that point, we were only 2 hours from Canada, which was kind of surprising to me, because even being in Massachusetts.
Jeez!
Well, J.R. Strang, the first one on the board. We have a brand new big old box of goldfish to open up, so I'm gonna bust this bad boy open. J.R. Strang, you are the first. All right, now it's giving me problems. Of course, it's got to be difficult, right? Chug, chug, chug. I can't get it open. I can't get it open. I can't get it open. You know what? I need a knife or some scissors or something. Guys, I can't get it open. I don't want to butcher the top of the box, because I actually have to. No, you can't, because I'm out. I'm out of jelly beans. I am completely and thoroughly out of jelly. I don't have anything to pop this thing open with. It's like the milk cartons from grade school. Yes, you basically butcher the top of it. I would love to meet them. One of my close buddies is a huge Halo fan and makes accurate steel and polymer, incredibly intricate Halo armor, so much so that Comic-Cons have brought him on to judge competitions in only a couple of years, and his side hustle, blacksmithing and creating the armor, has become so busy he has had to stop orders from them on. Dude, that is amazing. Yeah, this is 30 ounces or 1.87 pounds or 850 grams. Yeah, these guys, there was Vader, there was a ton of the Tusken Raiders. There was one of the dudes who actually played one of the original Tusken Raiders. I'm going to butcher this thing. There we go. I don't want to leave you guys hanging either, because ooh, doggy. See that? Look at it. Look at it. Look at them all. There they are. The goldfish in the natural habitats. Well, Yeah. Also, we're almost out of food. Fuel. Yeah, they're good, man. They're so good. We've gone a little bit longer this evening. Tuscan Raiders, I prefer the Colorado Womp Rats. You are incorrigible, sir. Wow. Okay. Now that that's out of the way, do you know when to use a saddle low and saddle high? Yes. Vintage Scander. Saddle low, most of the regular trailers, the semi trailers, anytime you're using a saddle high, it's either a special haul, like one of the large pieces of cargo, or it's from one of the really giant trailers that you have access to in the trailer store. But what we're going to do now is see who is out there currently. And let's see. What level am I? I am level 30. Or you're like me and always use the heavy 8 slot, so always have a high on. I love the heavy 8 slot. The heavy 8 slot is one of my favorite things to just make a absolute nightmare. Yeah, I have Vintage Scander. I have every truck unlocked, every DLC chunk unlocked. I've got everything basically. I have all DLC trucks, maybe a small streamer named. Wait, is that actually someone's name right there? Oh, no. You damn you. I already told you that I was running on a lack of sleep. I have not had much sleep, and I was actually dozing right before streaming. I woke up a half an hour before and was like, "Oh my god, I'm so tired." It's bizarro me. I'm gonna time you out one of these days. I'm just gonna. Also, guys, don't forget we're still doing the stack up. King Ninja, the legend, has put us ever closer to our goal. We are $200 shy of our $1,000 mark, where we will be able to actually personally sponsor our own supply crate for someone. So we'll see what happens. But anybody got any suggestions while we're kind of out and about? Because we get some people out there. Also, it's starting to get warm in here. I need to kind of. Oh, you know what? You guys are talking about Diablo. You know who's playing Diablo right now? Diablo is streaming. Vlad. You know who's also going to be playing Diablo is the Raven Armed. Stonkstrader, what's going on? How are you doing? I was thinking about coming on in and saying hello to the Raven Armed because he is actually playing or going to be playing Diablo 4. And one of these days, I'm going to pick up Diablo 4. One of these days, I actually also have to make sure that I complete the week in Forza. I'm doing fantastic this evening. I'm having an awesome evening. It has been a really great weekend. Really good day. I have the day off from work, and then we do this, and it's been phenomenal. So let's see. We're going to go raid the Raven Armed. And yeah, thank you for popping on in. Granted, we are sort of wrapping things up right now, Stonks Trader. Okay. The raid has been created. And if it doesn't prompt for you, you can always refresh the screen, and I think that helps. So, because it doesn't always take everyone with us, which is kind of dumb. Have a great evening. Catch you the next time. Vlad is our awesome legend here. Vlad is the one who created that absolutely phenomenal raid notification that we've had go off a couple times this evening. Thank you for being here, Relic. You awesome chunk of ginger fantasticness. And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. We'll probably play State of Decay 2 tomorrow. So if you want to play State of Decay 2 with us, you can pop on in. Not a legend, just a Diablord. Yeah, because you've got it. I don't. I didn't have a chance to play it all weekend long, but I'm going to pick it up. I am going to try to pick it up. Join our clan. Yeah. Can you invite me? Actually, you have to add me on Blizzard stuff. But all right, we'll take care of this. We're going to wrap up. We'll be back tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll do it all over again. Okay. How old am I? Old enough to know better, but still kind of dumb. Take care, guys.